Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. At no point does the Horde condone bullying, harassing, or physical violence against the subjects discussed in this show. The Horde is protected under the Fair Use Act and free speech under the First Amendment. Welcome to the new age. Copyright.
Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. It's me and Bilal tonight. We might have some random people jump in. Reaper might jump in, not too sure. Luna might too. Yeah, say hello, Bilal.
Hello, how you doing, guys?
This is going to be like a regular show, but I am going to be playing Elden Ring in the background because I am determined to catch up with Bilal, because you've probably already beaten the game. No, you have, but you're probably on number 2 now.
I was playing number 2, but I stopped because I just, I'm waiting for DLC, because I beat everything. So why would I try to continue playing until DLC comes out?
It's because you get better you get plus items and...
No, you don't get plus items.
You don't get plus items anymore?
No, you can't even wear 2 of the same talismans.
See, I couldn't remember if the other Souls names, the games, I couldn't remember if I could wear 2 of the same rings, like a regular one or a +1 or +2.
Yeah, because the first thing I did was I ran to the Scarab to get another golden Scarab, and I did that immediately.
Yeah.
And you should try to do it, and it did not work, and I couldn't. But you get double the XP, so instead of them like 2,400 per kill, you get like 48 or 5,000.
So basically, the talismans in New Game Plus, the talismans basically just go with New Game Plus. It changes a bit, like a little bit stronger.
No, they're not stronger.
Oh, well.
None of the equipment is stronger. Nothing stronger.
Nothing?
Yeah, you just basically just go after missed content and you get more XP.
Well, it's just like Dark Souls too. Well, Dark Souls you had +2 or +3. There has to be I know the patches have put in a lot of side quests and stuff.
Hi, Sleep Bomb.
Hey, Sleep Bomb.
Yeah. So basically, it was no point continue playing constantly. So I'm just chilling and just
Yeah.
the usual stuff, reading.
So I have to catch up.
So, anywho,
yes.
What did you want to talk about? You want to talk about the shocking news that Elon Musk has bought or is in the process of buying Twitter?
Well, Elon Musk put in a bid a couple days ago, I want to say before the weekend, and he put in a bid to Twitter. I thought it was 45 million or something, billion or something.
43 billion.
Yeah, but it seems to have either risen or...
No, I think it's basically around $54 a share. $54.20 because he's an idiot and he believes it's funny that everything's $4.20.
Yeah, so he basically just dished out $44 billion for Twitter, and his whole stance was to make Twitter freedom of speech, which really it is freedom of speech, just not freedom of misinformation.
If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn.
Well, yeah, we do have a video about that. I mean, when I raged when it came in, IGN, the gaming network that, they do news about everything technical and gaming and stuff like that, they put it out, and they're like, Twitter accepts the bid, and I was just like, oh, yeah, God,
obviously.
Fuck. I mean,
obviously they accepted the bill because he was paying like 30% more.
And there's a lot of reasons too on why he bought it. I have a train going by. Hold on.
Okay. No problem.
But this is the crazy. I guess it's a conspiracy about this. But they think one of the reasons why Elon Musk bought Twitter was to help Amber Heard during this trial, because it has come to find out. They did like a survey via Twitter. Not a survey, but they did like a little investigation on active profiles and non-active profiles 90% of the time that just regurgitate the same fucking shit over and over again are normally bots. And it comes to find out that Amber Heard had thousands of bots, quote-unquote, supporting her. And, because they did this, whole Twitter thing, because, Twitter is basically where people get their news now. A lot of people admit to it. Yeah, so people also voice their opinions and stuff, so they did, a little research. And they think that, since Amber Heard and Musk, they're kind of exes, they had a romantic relationship, and I heard that, supposedly I got to use my words right because, Musk is a little testy when you talk about him. There was some sperm thing going on, frozen sperm. I don't know. There's a lot going on, but we obviously know Musk had reasons to buy Twitter, but he's still going with the whole freedom of fucking speech thing.
That would be a better reason than the bullshit reason he gave, because I'm reading Sleepbomb's comment. There isn't any true free speech anywhere. That's a ton of money. Yeah, that is a ton of money, and there isn't no free true speech. But the problem, I mean, like, and then, gosh, I hate Twitter. I can't imagine that being my total news source. Well, I mean, I don't know why anyone would get their news source, and I don't know why, like, Twitter and everyone's okay with him buying it. Was he, like, I remember the whole 420 incident with Tesla, where basically he lied to everyone that he was going to go private with the company, and he was going to pay all the shareholders $420 a share, and I think at the time the shares were like $200. Because I remember that because I owned shares at the time. Yes, I owned Tesla shares at the time. So.
Well, Tesla was a big thing. Tesla's still making money, so you weren't
this
thinking
was before,
political, you were thinking,
No, this was before I found out all the scams he did, and I was actually someone who supported Tesla because I was an idiot, and I didn't do any sort of research before I actually looked into all his companies.
Live and learn.
But, I did make money, obviously, but that's, but the thing is that he basically was, he had to put up a new CEO or something like that, so, and he was banned from posting on Twitter, so I don't know how this is going to work with the Security Exchange Commission, him owning Twitter, and then also commenting on the, commenting. He's also involved in a lot of pump and dump schemes where, like, Dogecoin, so I don't understand the thought process that he's going to buy Twitter where he scams people constantly, and then he's going to, have more control. I mean, this guy is a petty person. He's a very petty person. But
yeah, and I want to just clarify too. Twitter is freedom of speech, just like Facebook. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, "No, Facebook, they fact check us and stuff." Well, because you have freedom of speech, but you do not have a freedom to put out misinformation and put people in danger, or to demonize one community to another community. You just don't. You have freedom of speech, not freedom of consequences. That's for damn sure.
Well, I just don't think there is such thing as freedom of speech, because I think most likely, the only time you actually have freedom of speech is if you have unlimited money. Obviously, I can't go in the streets and start saying my what I think constantly on the streets without worrying about possibly losing my job or possibly having to worry about where I'm going to live. So, like, the only people that can really truly exercise freedom of speech are those that have, like, billions of dollars and don't care about what the fuck's the consequences. That's the truth.
Not to cut you, I'm sorry to cut you out, but do you think this was just a dick move? Meaning, he did this just because he could?
Yeah, well, this goes to Suit's mom's question. Is it like he's a huge pothead? Why 420 everywhere? I really live in a bubble away from... I think he is... He's got the... I think he... To answer both your questions, I think he's like a teenager. Like, he's stuck like being like a teenager in his 20s. And I think he's never really grown up when it came to socializing, and he thinks like 420 is funny, and he has a lot of sycophants that basically just say, "Oh, you're the greatest, Elon Musk. You're a genius. You're like Tony Stark. You built the first electric car. You did this," and no one actually comes up to him and gives him a reality check. That's my personal opinion, and there's still people that don't.
Let's be real too. Elon Musk never made his cars. He never did that. He had the idea of it and passed that idea down to...
No, he didn't even do that.
He didn't even do that? I thought people with engineering skills and stuff.
What happened is that Elon Musk came up to the two guys that owned Tesla, and he basically did a hostile takeover of the Tesla company from them, and then threw them out of the company using his money, and then proceeded to break the the first car that he shot into space, the Tesla?
It exploded.
No, the car he shot into space, or the second one. The one that's flying into space right now, that was supposed to be contractually obligated to the person that originally owned the company, but he did that out of spite to shoot it in space so he didn't have to give him the car. This is a guy who monitors all your information. He's a very petty person. And yeah, he basically didn't invent the company. He basically put money into the company and did a hostile takeover. He tried to do the same thing with PayPal. Like PayPal, he fucked up completely. And it wasn't PayPal at the time. Originally, it was another company. I believe it was another company. I can't remember the fucking company.
He owns PayPal though now, doesn't he?
No. What happened was, this is why I think he's a fraud.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was originally he had another company that was trying to do the same thing, and there was another company that would soon to be PayPal, and PayPal bought his company, and he was then brought on to PayPal, and then everyone just hated his fucking guts. That at the moment when he was on a flight, they just immediately tried to kick him out of the company because he didn't even want the company to be named PayPal because he was such an idiot. He wanted to name it something with a XY, something
kind of like how he named his son.
Yeah, he always wants to go with an X or something or some weird shit like that. And they didn't like him because he was just an egomaniac, and he was trying to do another hostile takeover of PayPal, and it didn't work. And then he took his money that he made from PayPal, that he got from PayPal, and he used it to go into Tesla, and he hostile takeover Tesla, and then he proceeded to lie to all the share owners. He constantly lies. He scammed people in Solar City. I mean, he scammed people with Dogecoin. He scammed people with Bitcoin as well. There's a lot of things. He says, Supop says, is he like a huge pot? I don't know. No way. Facebook has free speech and end up in jail so much, and definitely don't say hardly anything bad. But yeah, there's no such thing as free speech. It's you don't. I'm sorry. And the only people that clapping in an amusement to free speech is the only people that are clapping to free speech are people that just kind of they think that Twitter's run by the left, and they're oh, if Elon Musk runs it, then the right will finally come back and he'll unban Donald Trump and everyone.
Oh, that was my first thing, because I told you the conversation I showed you it actually of me and my sister. My sister was just giving excuses and stuff, and she was saying the most stupid. It was stupid, right? She said stupid shit. She just said one thing, and she's like, "Well, Elon Musk is autistic." I'm like, what does that have to fucking do with the price of tea in China?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
When you told me that, is he claiming he's autistic?
He went on Saturday Night Live and said that he was autistic, or he had Asperger's or something. And I even said that you can read I sent you the screenshots of the conversation, and she's like, but the only reason why she's all in for Musk to have Twitter is because,
this guy's a liar. I guarantee you he never had that. I mean, he lies about everything. He lies about him being poor as a kid. His father owned a fucking gem mine. Half of gem mine. He had so much money, his father had so much money, they couldn't fit all the money in the safe. He told that story when he was younger, by the way. This is not me making shit up.
Yeah.
This guy is a fucking blatant liar, and he's a scumbag. And what I was more shocked at, the reason why I didn't think he actually bought the company was because it didn't make financial sense. It's why would you buy a company that hasn't been profitable since 2018 and people keep on saying it's going to grow? Well, where is it going to grow? It can't grow in China because there's no Twitter in China. So X out China. I don't know if there's Twitter in India, but I don't think there is a Twitter in India. I'm not sure of how they're going to expand in India.
I think there is, because of the whole farming thing that happened 2 years ago.
Okay.
It might be. I'm not too sure.
So let's say it's in India, and let's say they get more people to use Twitter. How big can you get Twitter? How many more users can you get? And how are you going to make it not lose millions of dollars a year? I mean, right now, I think the company, what was it? I don't know. I think Twitter's annual revenue is $3.72 billion US dollars, but the company is not profitable. Hasn't been profitable since 2018.
And who's owned Twitter? Who owned Twitter before Musk? I think we talked about this before too.
It was a various of people. I think one share owner was the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
So he owns Elon owns majority of the stocks right now.
No, right now he owns 9%. I don't think he's the majority. I mean, I don't know if he's the majority share owner. I think there's other share owners that have more majority, but not a lot. I mean, he owns a good. Well, what happened was he sneaked, bought the shares, and he actually broke the law. He was supposed to report that he was buying these shares, but he waited so that he could buy them on the cheap, and then buy majority shares. And then he was. I think he was basically like threatening that he was going to buy more shares at a lower price. I don't know.
So it's not like he just has shares. He can't, like when you have shares, it's literally that word, share. Meaning if he wants to change the Twitter logo and that's what he wants, it doesn't matter what he wants. He still it has to be a majority vote, right?
Depends on the board. He could basically do what he does with his company right now. Like he has a board that allows him just votes yes man for everything he does for Tesla, and he could do the same thing for Twitter. Once he becomes owner, he could probably get a new board involved. And then Sleuth Mom says, "I just started with Twitter with my Sleuth Mom account. Never had it beforehand." Well, Sleuth Mom, suggest you avoid many pages on there because majority of Twitter is filled with pornography and other horrible things. That's why I do not have a Twitter, because I do not want to have my eyes assaulted by horrible porn all day on Twitter.
It's basically like a free OnlyFans. I have a Twitter, but I don't. I think the only reason why I have Twitter is because I wanted to see what Keemstar was talking about. So I was like, what the fuck, But other than that, I don't fucking use it that much.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that just are too much social media. I mean, I get you having Twitter, and I think if you're running like Tony and stuff, it makes sense to have Twitter because it's usable. But realistically, I just don't go on too many social media accounts.
There was a big issue about CP on Twitter.
Yeah, well, there's always a big issue. There was a big issue with YouTube because what happened was a bunch of pedos were actually putting up videos, and they put it into a weird search term, so that if you typed up the search term, you would get a bunch of videos of little kids on YouTube, and it was exposed, obviously, and they got rid of it. But you always see that they also go on there's a lot of problems with social medias and pedophiles. They go on videos and they'll put oh, this is the scene you want to watch, and it shows a little kid. In certain positions.
Yeah, they do that on YouTube too. They put timestamps on it, and it's so disgusting. But even YouTube cracked down on it for the most part, but people slip in. You know what I mean? It's sick.
Yeah, you see it, but you still see it. It happens. So yeah, there's always a problem with social media. But with I was reading the report on how he got the money, and it just sounded so weird. He has to put up. Because I was reading the article from Bloomberg, and it's the amount of, it says here 46 billion. I think our article's from the 21st, so I think it's 44 billion is the agreed upon price. So he got it for a lower price than expected. Maybe he got it for 53.20 or something like that. I don't know. But the weird thing is that he's putting up as collateral over $60 billion of his Tesla shares as collateral for the loan. For instance, a letter from the banks offering to lend him $12.5 billion personally secured by $62.5 billion worth of Tesla stock, and yesterday's closing price. Okay, an agreement with himself to put up the other $21 billion. So he's basically putting up $21 billion of his personal money from somewhere. I don't know where he's going to get the money. And then he's going to have to put up shares of over $62 billion of Tesla shares to buy this company. And basically it's going to be on margin. So we discussed about margin. Basically, if the price of the shares drop too much, he has to put in more money to basically cover the collateral for the reduced price of the shares, or he's forced to sell those shares to immediately pay.
So he really went out of his way to do this, and it wasn't logical whatsoever. So that kind of makes me go, he was able to do it, and he had to do extra steps to do it. It's not like he pulled it out of his ass. And now there's, we don't know why. So I think he's probably done it just to... I don't think he did it just to do it, because that's a lot of,
he's going to have to pay almost $1 billion in interest payments a year for the loans that he's taken out. So I don't know if that's going to be personally owned the company, if he privatizes it, and it's going to be like a Toys R Us situation. Because what happened with Toys R Us is that they did the same thing. When they went private, they put all the debt on loans on Toys R Us, forcing Toys R Us to actually pay the debt loans. And actually that caused the company to go bankrupt, because the debt was more, the interest payment was more than they were making money for.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's why Toys R Us went bankrupt. Because basically, when it went private, they put the debt on the company, and then the company had to pay the interest payments. And that's the main reason why Toys R Us became more and more unprofitable, and that's why it went. So I don't know if the interest payments are going to be pushed onto the company. He also talked about he's going to not do as much advertisement to reduce the cost of the company. So that basically goes against how he's going to acquire new users. Mm-hmm. And then I'm not sure about how he's going to make money from advertisements.
Do you think he's going to unblock Trump?
I mean, I don't know.
Is he a Trump supporter? I never really paid attention to like his political. You know what I mean?
I honestly, I think he didn't. I don't know. I mean, I think he was with. I think he was with Obama, to be honest with you, because he was doing a lot of energy secure, solar panel deals, and also Nancy Pelosi owns a lot of shares in Tesla. So I think he's pretty much knows where his bread's buttered, which is the Democratic Party, because they're the ones that actually want to put solar panels everywhere. So I highly doubt that he'd be that stupid enough to be like, I'm going to unban Trump and then lose all his contracts for all these government contracts he's trying to get.
I guess right now it's just a waiting game to see, he bought it, but what is he, I feel like it's a mastermind type of thing. We're going to see some fuckery real soon.
Yeah, the guy's a scammer.
Oh yeah, he is. What was I going to say? Do you want to read any articles before I start the video, or?
Well, I mean, basically, there's an article, let me see. Just making sure. Okay, so the new article that just came out 4 hours ago, it says, Musk Twitter deal values company at $44 billion. The news confirmed that Elon Musk has agreed to buy Twitter Inc. in a deal valued about $44 billion, moving the world's richest man a step closer to taking control of the social media platform. The Twitter shareholders will receive $54.20 per share in cash, a 38% premium to Twitter's closing stock price on April 1st, the last trading day before Mr. Musk disclosed his roughly 9% stake in the company. The shares of Twitter, which were halted when the deal was announced, rose by 5.9% to 51.80 after news of the agreement. Now, the reason why the shares were going up is because if he's going private, that means anyone that's holding shares will automatically get $54.20. So a lot of people will immediately start buying shares immediately right below the $54.20, so that if they get bought out, they can get the money. So, that's why. In the news, the release announcing the deal, Mr. Musk reiterated his push to soften Twitter's stance on content moderation. Free speech is the bedrock of functioning democracy. The Twitter is a digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, he said. He promised other news featuring such as making the algorithm open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. So that's another thing I don't understand is how how is he going to make it open source and then he's going to fight the spam bots? Wouldn't that kind of give the spam bots the ability to know exactly how to fuck with Twitter?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you hear open source, I think, Firestorm, because SL open source, you can make approved, So what is he giving the coding away for people to make, I don't know, a different Twitter? Why would you give the coding away? Why would you give something that's
because I can tell you why, because it sounds good. So he's just going to say a word sound like open source, free speech, democracy.
Yeah.
means nothing. Twitter Inc. on Monday accepted Elon Musk's bid to take over the company, giving the world's richest man control over the influential social media network, where it is also among the most powerful users. The deal marks the close of a dramatic courtship, and let me see all this bullshit. I'm trying to get to the actual fucking crux of this thing. The two sides worked through the night and hashed out a deal earlier on Monday. The Wall Street Journal reported that Twitter and Mr. Musk had reached an agreement of a value of Twitter of $44 billion. People was trying to find. Oh, there it is. The shares of the Digital World Acquisition Corp, the company merging with the former President Donald Trump's social media company, fell 15% Monday after it was reported that Twitter Inc. was in advanced talks to sell itself to billionaire Elon Musk. Mr. Trump's company, Trump Media and Technology Group, created social media network Truth Social and challenged the dominance of the platform, such as Twitter and Meta, i.e. Facebook, platforms, Inc., Facebook. Both companies suspended Mr. Trump from their platform in the wake of the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. The moves restricted by Mr. Trump's ability to communicate with supporters, effectively wiping out the direct line to his 35 billion Facebook followers and 88 million Twitter followers. The bans have since become a rallying call among former president supporters. The DWAC, a special purpose acquisition company, or a SPAC, said in October that it was merging with Trump's company SPAC, also called blank check companies, to raise money and trade the stock exchange while seeking to merge with the private company to take it to public. So what a SPAC is basically, let's say I don't want to actually have the Security Exchange Commission actually check out my company. Because if you go public, they have to look through your books and records and say, okay, your company's legit, you can go forward. If you do it, and it takes a longer process to do. So what a SPAC is basically like a private company is outside. They know a company that's in the exchange already, like in the stock exchange already listed, and they basically merge with that company. And it's less like regulations they will check you through, and it's quicker. And that new company, that merged company, is listed on the stock exchange. So it's a way for that private company to bypass a lot of the regulations by the SEC and also avoid complete bullshit, and they weren't really checked up on. So if you're actually investing in Donald Trump's media company, I would suggest you wait because SPACs are usually not good to invest in initially. Just a word of advice. Let's just say that much.
So, anything with Donald Trump is just cringy to me.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot going on in his plate right now. Apparently, I heard they're opening up more cases. Something about New York. No idea.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just think he's just part of the grifter class, just like Elon Musk and a lot of other people that just make money from their bullshit. So I don't really care about him, to be honest with you. I think the guy is just all about money. It is what it is. So, I mean, like, that article was okay, but I like the article from this one that talks about the deal particularly. It said, this is what it's going to be like. So there you go. Elon Musk needs about $44 million by Twitter at $54.20 per share, about $39.4 billion to pay for the 91% of Twitter's stock that he doesn't currently own, about $4.3 billion of the debt to refinance and various miscellaneous costs to pay that he has. One, a letter from his bank offering to lend him $13 billion to Twitter if he buys it, with $7 billion of that coming in the form of a senior secured bank loan and $6 billion coming in the form of junk bonds. Two, a letter from his bank offering to lend him $12.5 billion personally secured by $62.5 billion worth of Tesla stocks. And three, an agreement with himself to put up the other $21 billion, give or take. So basically, he's going to have to jump through a lot of hoops, and the crux of it is he's going to have to pay $1 billion in interest payments. So it didn't make sense. The company only makes about $1.something billion. I don't know how he's going to make this company profitable, and congratulations to the Tesla, not Tesla, I mean the Twitter owners, because you're making money, but I would be very careful in the future, guys.
Well, yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about. I don't think anything is going to happen right away. I think it's going to gradually... Like, in 6 months' time, we're going to look back and be like, oh, he fucked everything up.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think people are just... I just don't like the people that just are sycophants, and are basically like, oh, he's going to make a free speech, he's going to do this. And it's the same people that think he's going to save the world, and he's going to build rocket ships to Mars, and he's going to build satellites everywhere. And I sit there and I just say to myself, these people have no fucking clue what they're talking about. I feel like when I listen to a person that likes Elon Musk, I feel like I take crazy pills and I'm gone fucking nuts. To be completely honest with you.
Exactly. That's he spent $44 billion.
Well,
if you think he's going to save the world, he could have helped the world out a lot better with $44 billion. But no, he bought Twitter.
Yeah, no, but the problem is I don't even think he has the $21 billion. I don't know where he's going to get the money from, to be honest with you.
I have I'm all... You know, when it comes to, like, the backdoor stuff of everything, I am so ignorant to it. All I know is that he got the money somehow.
Well, I mean, he might get money from other people, lend him the money, or maybe, like, go into the deal, maybe own part of the company.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a possibility. Personally, I would never be a partner with Elon Musk, because he's got a history of fucking over his partners and stealing all their shares and fucking them. So I'd rather have a deal with Donald Trump, and he doesn't pay his lawyers, so that shows you how bad.
Who? Donald Trump doesn't pay his lawyers?
No, no one liked to. He never paid anyone. In New York City, you never like he would want you to sue him for everything. There would be nothing like he would like if you let's say you gave him a bill for like $10,000, he would have you sue. He would have you sue him for him. For the money, he would never pay anything. He would always be a lawsuit.
So ridiculous, and they have the money to do it. It's a waste of money.
Well, that's the point.
All of this is a waste of money.
So what video are you going to play? Are you going to play this guy?
I'm going to play the Elon free speech Musk buys Twitter my challenge. And this is from Blunty, who I actually like, so I'm going to subscribe to him. So all credit goes to him, and this is what he thinks, which is...
Yeah, I got it. Sue says, honestly, though, none of these rich people run around giving their money away to help people. Then they wouldn't be rich. Yeah, that's very true. I think that's very true that they would not be running around giving their money to rich people, and it's always for benefits. But, I think a lot of times my problem is not that they give their money away. My problem is that they usually get a lot of government subsidies that allows them to be rich. Like, Elon Musk got a ton of, like, billions and billions of dollars in government subsidies that just basically went down the drain and went to his companies. Amazon gets a lot of subsidies. All these companies get, like, subsidies or tax breaks. So you can't really say it's laissez-faire that these companies exist and they just, like, they exist and they grow. It's more like the government basically picks these companies and allows them to grow huge and control the entire marketplace, and there's no actual free market to allow other companies to compete with them. So that's usually my problem with it. And I don't suspect, I mean, if it's their money, it's their money. I'm not going to demand them to give money to charities or anything.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I just think it's
shitty, though. I mean, if he's so smart, like he claims he is, then there has to be a way...
I think he's an idiot.
There's something about him for him to be able to keep getting more money and more, help with stuff,
Do you think a carny, like, that scams people is a genius? That's what I think Elon Musk is. He's a carny.
That's basically it, but carnies make a lot of money back in the day.
Yeah, well, you could scam...
Yeah.
But you could scam people, but he's a scammer. I mean, like, let's be real.
He is. I don't like it. When I saw the news, I was like,
"Hi, Frank.
Fuck. Hello."
I know you're not talking to me. I know you're talking to the Sooth Mom, but I'm saying hello to you.
But here's the video. We're gonna watch it. It's 8 minutes long. Again, everything. All credit goes to Blunty, and this is his outlook on what's going on with the Musk and stuff. And I agree with majority of what he's saying, if not all. But yeah, we're gonna watch the video.
Oh, I imagine there's going to be a lot of chatter about this subject today, won't there? And probably for the next few days. So, Elon, is gonna buy Twitter. Seems like the deal is done, according to the news I awoke to today. Some are celebrating it, claiming that Elon free speech Musk will save Twitter from the wokes. Couple things. Elon does not believe in free speech at all. And if you think Twitter is a haven of safe, protected spaces for whatever you imagine the woke to be, then you probably don't spend any time on Twitter, you self-delusional clown hat, because, no. Also, if you're celebrating an oligarch like Musk, a man who thrives on manipulating people, is a known liar, a bigot who has demonstrated countless times that he is unworthy of trust and has no one's best interest but his own as his core personal priority, who desperately tries to manufacture a false image of an everyman just trying to save us all with his own personal genius, then you have to consider the fact that you might be a little bit stupid, because a person like that in control of something like Twitter, not good for us, really. I have a challenge for you. I'll tell you what it is in a minute, but first, let's recap. Remember that time Elon free speech Musk told people that any media coverage of his self-driving vehicles that was negative is exactly the same as journalists intentionally murdering people? Because he said that. Hey, remember that time when Elon free speech Musk had a guy fired from his job at Tesla because he was posting reviews of self-driving cars on YouTube in his personal time, and he mildly criticized the Tesla one at one point? And then Elon had this guy's access to certain software features on his own personal electric car, a Tesla Model 3, shut down. Free speech. So Elon can do that. He can just make your car shittier if he doesn't like you or what you say about his stuff. He'll take away features because, he's all about free speech. That's Elon's free speech.
All right, I'm going to pause it right here. He did that. He did that. Somebody that was working for Tesla on their free time, off company hours, on their own personal Tesla that they had, was making reviews, was going, this and that. This is how this works. Da da da. This is how I feel about it. Elon got wind of it, went to the YouTube videos, saw it, not only fired the guy, but also disabled some programs that the Tesla vehicle had. So he could have turned off the GPS or the self-driving. He could have he can turn the shit off and on you if he doesn't like you. And I think that's fucking dangerous.
Why don't we just give this guy more power? That sounds a great idea, man.
Right? I just don't fucking understand. But that's the mentality that we're dealing with, and now he has Twitter, and I feel like he can turn off and on anything now. But yeah, let's play the video. It does not get better from here.
Free speech. Hey,
yeah, it's probably
Elon's SpaceX rockets, which of course he personally invented and built with his own two hands because Elon is Tony Stark. Remember when it exploded? And Elon Stark was all like, no, it didn't actually explode, it just suddenly burst into fire a little bit. Remember that time when Elon risked the health and safety of his workers, his employees, at the start of the outbreak by ignoring rules and laws because profit is more important than people's lives, and then he desperately tried to bait the authorities into arresting him, just come for me, in an attempt to make himself a martyr for what became the anti-vax dipshits. Remember the multiple times Elon has been caught out sleazily manipulating stock prices for his own benefit, usually by using Twitter and his drone army of complete morons, because it's happened several times and he gets caught doing it by SEC and he just pays a fine and walks on and then does it again. Remember when Elon jammed a bunch of computer chips into the brains of 23 monkeys and at least 15 of them just died in absolute screaming misery, and every other one in that experiment was suffering from debilitating health effects that were beyond the misery of anyone with a conscience? And yes, Elon did all this personally with his own...
He did that? I'm not too sure about that. I'm sure about the other things, but the monkey thing? Do you know anything about that?
What was the monkey thing?
Elon Musk had about 20 monkeys, and he put microchips in all of them, and 15 of them died miserable in pain.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing where he wants to put chips into people's brains so that they can, access internet. Yeah, that's the other company he runs.
Yeah, that sounds safe, knowing how he treats the fucking Tesla cars. He doesn't like a Twitter that you post and you have a chip in your head. Whoop! There goes 5th grade. Nobody remembers what happened in 5th grade with little Timmy. Nobody has an idea. That's what he would do.
Yeah, that's probably what he would do, or he would just like send like maybe 420 memes to your brain instantly.
Oh god.
So you can just like, you know.
I'm a pothead myself, proud pothead, but I cannot stand the constant memes for 420. That would annoy the fuck out of me.
You know, like he literally, like he was like, I think he was on a lot of other things. Like he just trolls people on like Twitter constantly about 420, Dogecoin, and like Mufasa memes or stuff like that. It's fucking weird, but.
Mufasa?
Yeah, like at one point he was like
the Lion King?
Yeah, he was like had like a baby lion being raised, and he was like in the face of a Dogecoin or something like that.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's literally a child, and this is the thing. People go, well, he's autistic. And
He's not autistic, bro.
This is my big thing. People who have autism, it's a spectrum. Remember this. So one side could be very bad, and the child needs constant care 24/7, and then there's the other side where they are really smart and they can do really amazing things. It's like superpowers. It really fucking is. But the thing is, we cannot use the spectrum as an excuse. We cannot.
Usually,
you know what I mean? He's a grown-ass man.
I don't think he's actually saying that he's autistic. Like, I think it's used as like an actual like term to be like how you would act. I don't know.
I haven't seen the SL. Hold on, let me find it real quick.
The good Frank Nikki Rules grandma is set to come on still. Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, you gotta have a special guest, Luke Mom? That's cool. What are you checking out now, Tony?
Elon Musk reveals he has Asperger's syndrome on Saturday Night Live. This was 11 months ago. This is only 2 minutes long. We're going to watch this real quick.
He is known for pushing the envelope of technology. Yeah. But on SNL this past weekend, Elon Musk took on comedy.
It's an honor to be hosting Saturday Night Live.
And quickly made a revelation.
I'm actually making history tonight as the first person with Asperger's to host SNL.
Asperger's is generally thought to be on the mild end of the autism spectrum. Saturday was the first time it appears Musk publicly acknowledged having Asperger's.
But all right, I'm pretty good at running human in emulation mode.
While Musk was busy poking fun at himself, the night also had unexpected financial ramifications.
What are cryptocurrencies?
They're a type of digital money, but instead of being controlled by a central government, they're decentralized using blockchain technology.
So it's a hustle.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
On the heels of multiple cryptocurrency jokes, the value of Dogecoin, a cryptocurrency created in 2013 as a joke, fell 30%. Banking on Musk's notoriety and his 50 million plus Twitter followers, NBC sought to capitalize by live streaming SNL for the first time internationally in more than 100 countries. But Musk's selection as host was not without some controversy. His past tweets downplaying the severity of the pandemic and mocking gender pronouns, as well as his enormous pandemic-time profits, created some blowback.
To anyone I've offended, I just want to say I reinvented electric cars and I'm sending people to Mars in a rocket ship. Did you think I was also going to be a chill, normal dude?
Ratings were pretty good for the show. We'll send it back to you guys.
Hey, I can be hateful and mispronounce your pronouns and say really off-the-color things and offend millions of peoples and communities, but you know what? I put a fucking car in space. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm trying to read the symptoms of Asperger's, and does he have any of these things? Like, it says inappropriate or minimal social interactions.
No,
he's on
social.
TV.
Loud noises.
Conversation. I'm reading lists.
Yeah.
Conversations that almost always revolve around themselves or a certain topic rather than others. Okay, well, he's a narcissist, so maybe he has that. Not understanding emotions well or having less facial expressions than others. I don't notice him not having emotions or having less facial expressions than others. Speech that sounds unusual, such as a flat, high-pitched, quiet, loud, or robotic. I don't hear any of that.
He does have a speech thing, but I don't.
What are you talking about? The guy talks normal.
Listen, yeah, but he. Hold on, hold on.
With Asperger's.
Let me read the list. Let's continue the list. Not using or understanding nonverbal communication such as gestures, body language, and facial expressions.
He uses a lot of gestures with his hands.
No, not using or understanding nonverbal. So he's not using any.
Yeah.
An intense obsession with one or two specific narrow subjects? No, he owns like 5 companies or 6 companies about neuro and what the fuck is he talking about? Become upset at any small changes in routine? No. He does. His life is completely random. Mm-hmm. Memorizing preferred information and facts easily.
He probably he does. He does.
Well, you could just say he has a good memory. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That doesn't mean you have Asperger's. Clumsy, uncoordinated movements, including difficulty with handwriting. I've never seen him have a difficulty with handwriting or anything. Mm-hmm. Difficulty, because I think he went to Harvard. I'm trying to remember the fucking school he went to. Difficulty managing emotions, sometimes leading to verbal or behavioral outbursts, self-injuries, behavior, or tantrums. I mean, he does have tantrums, so we could give him that. Maybe he has that. Not understanding other people's feelings or perspectives. Well, that's most billionaires. So
most narcissists.
Maybe Bill Gates and fucking Mark Bezos has Asperger's too. Hypersensitivity to light, sounds, and textures? No, I don't think he has Asperger's. What the fuck is he talking about?
I have no idea. Autism, Asperger, the whole spectrum is in my family, and, I love my nephew and my cousin to death, and they do not act like this. They know right from wrong. They can, talk. It took a while for them to talk. But they don't. How can I put this? There's a lot to it than that, and I feel like he knows social cues. He knows social cues. He kind of looks like a robot to me, yes, but I mean, like, I think that, but so does fucking Zuckerberg.
I'm reading like wait, some people Asperger's is not as visual. For some people it is as simple as anxiety in social situations, etc. It is hard to understand it if you don't have it or don't know someone with it. Every single Asperger's is that is very true. But where's the anxiety that Elon Musk has? I'm not questioning like certain things, but I just feel like the problem with me with Elon Musk, I can't believe anything this guy says. This guy lies.
Is this the first time? Is this the first time he's come out with it?
Yeah.
Because I will say this, in therapy, if he does go to therapy and stuff like that, they have, they can figure it out a lot better than they did before. Like, even my therapist told me, I think I told you this a couple of months ago, Bilal, my therapist thought I was in the spectrum as well, and I was just like, no. And she's like, well, because of this, your social anxiety, all this other stuff. And I'm like, no, it's just, no, I'm just somebody who has verbal, and, I'm very dyslexic verbally and reading wise. And she's like, no, you're on this is, A, B, and C. And I'm just like, I still deny it to this day. It's nothing wrong with it, by the way. There's nothing wrong with it. You're on the spectrum. That's, that's who you were meant to be. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that.
I just think Elon Musk just said it so he can get claps. I'm sorry,
you do?
People. That's what my opinion is, and if I'm wrong, if someone proves me wrong, I will admit I'm wrong. But I just I just press X for doubt for everything Elon Musk says. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, he lies.
The guy lies
he
so
does
much.
Lie.
I mean, at one point he was saying he was poor, and then you find out his father owns a gem mine, half a gem mine. Then what he says that he grew up impoverished. Meanwhile, he went to like a prestigious like fucking college. He basically, he's got a silver spoon, a gold spoon. He lies about everything to make his situation look even worse and worse so he can improve what people think of him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if he said, I invented Twitter, right after he buys the company.
That's what everybody's waiting for. That's what fucking everybody's waiting for. I think in the next video.
And it gets me aggravated when this guy literally takes a disorder, a real disorder that people suffer through and go through life, and try to use it to make himself sound better, and it pisses me off. I don't like that. Sorry.
I don't like that either. And that see now I'm thinking, because you know me, I always like to give people the benefit because we don't know. But now that you listed everything, I'm like, huh. Well,
and if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong and I'm proven wrong, I don't mind admitting I'm wrong and saying, hey, I was an asshole. I should have believed Elon Musk, and maybe I'm jumping to conclusions because of my bias. And I do have a bias. But, you know, I just don't trust whatever he says, and I think he just says things to basically sound better. I mean, this is the same guy who accused the guy who rescued those kids from that cave of being a pedophile, and basically, like, made him sound horrible. I mean, this guy lies consistently, and I just don't believe what he says.
I remember that, but why did he do that?
Because he basically, what happened is that he said he was going to invent some sort of machine, like a diving machine or something like that, to go into the cave. Mm-hmm. And the guy who was doing the rescuing says, no, we can't fit that in because you need special, you don't even have enough room for like the air tank.
Yeah.
And then I think he called him a pedophile because of like where he lived, like Taiwan or something like that.
There's an example of a temper tantrum there. You know what I mean?
Soup says, but lying compulsive is a flag of Asperger's, as well as because sometimes they lie to fit in. That could be true.
It could.
I mean,
you're right.
You're right. True. That is a good point. That is a good point. I actually will give you that. Okay. That is a good point.
Yeah, because if you think of it this way, if they do not know social cues or anything like that, and we got to admit, us old people, we are considered old to the new gen. Okay. They didn't have testing back then for us. If you had Asperger's, or if you were even dyslexic, or you're bipolar or whatever, they just shipped you out to, they just put you in one category of this person's slow. That's it. Yeah. But nowadays, people my age are finding out, and his age finding out, oh, I have this, or I have that, or that's what it really is. There was no proper care for us as there is now, which is kind of a blessing because it's better late than never. But you know, some people are still fine. I'm 37 years old and I'm still figuring shit out. You know what I mean? Yeah, but he's a liar.
Too. Yeah, I mean, he lies a lot, and maybe that's part of his condition to lie. I don't know, but I just don't know. I mean, like I can tell you things about myself, but when you go through actual adversity, problems with your life, you don't advertise it to people because they're actual personal things.
It could be two things. He could have it, and our bad. Okay, but we can also turn around and say, "Hey, Elon, the reason why we doubted you on this is because look at your track record and look at all the lies that you said."
Imagine if he sues us, if you actually get a libel lawsuit.
I mean,
he's not cutting in
hey, this is freedom of speech, and we're not being mean about it, because if we're wrong, we're wrong. That if we are wrong, bet you the next live we will say that we're wrong. We're not.
Reaper better be careful when he goes into the tunnel with the fucking Tesla. He's gonna disable the car.
I call it the tunnel of death. But yeah, I mean, he could have Asperger's. It was just weird that we just found out now, though.
Yeah. So you gotta play the rest?
Yeah, we're gonna play the rest. We're going back to Blunty's video and pressing play now.
Two hands. As we all know, he is Tony Stark. He loves the idea of himself as the genius, not some petty bully monster and embezzler who just hires smart people and buys their ideas to claim as his own and stands out in front of the crowd and look at what I did. I built a rocket. Elon invented electric cars. He invented rocket ships. He invented Twitter now. Remember when Elon started lying about building his own social media platform from scratch, all the while screeching about being held accountable for the horseshit he spews out of his ugly little mouth? And he was already in the process of buying billions of dollars worth of Twitter stock behind the scenes with plans for a hostile takeover. That was just more manipulation. Hey, remember the time Elon misled investors lying about a buyout of Tesla in an effort to manipulate stock prices for his own company? Guess again. He's done it many times. I could go on, and I really mean that. I really could go on and on.
I'm going to pause this real quick. Maybe Sleuth Mom is better to answer this because I'm completely ignorant when it comes to all of it. I only know from my experiences of Asperger's and, autism in my family. But the question is, do they know? Like my nephew knows right from wrong. He knows right from wrong. He knows what a lie is a lie. He knows not to lie. He knows, it's better to tell the truth and not to manipulate things. And, I mean, he's still a kid too, so he's learning things, but he knows right from wrong. Does it all over the I don't understand. He knows, Elon knows what he's doing, but also too, people on the spectrum as well, they're so fucking smart. I envy the knowledge that they have. They're amazing. They're so smart. They're like superheroes. That woman, what's her name? She made for the cattle, for cows not to be so anxious. She made a hugging system to calm them down, so you can, that machine you see a cow walk into and it kind of hugs them so you can do their, their hooves and stuff and do shoes and stuff like that. She invented that. Tatum, I think that's her name. It's a thing. I just don't know if it's, do they know, this is lies. Elon lied about selling out his company just to fuck with the stock market. That's wrong.
Yeah. He also lied about Solar City, about the fact that he had a brick, not a brick. I think it was some sort of thing goes inside of the house. I'm trying to think what it was called, siding that would absorb. That would be a solar panel. It didn't exist. He also I think he also did it so that he can buy off his cousin or something like that, or who owned a bit of the company, and use Tesla shares to do it. He lies consistently, and they're not simple lies. They're lies that make him lots and lots of money. So I don't know. I think the guy is he's a grifter, and yes, poor Reaper. Reaper is our test guinea pig. He really is.
He really is. We're trying to talk him into doing. Next time he goes up there to where's it, Nevada? To do the Tesla Tunnel of Death.
See how we'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, I just didn't know because this seems very planned out. He is it's a crossroads. I don't know. I don't fucking know. So that's why I ask. I don't fucking know. But yeah, we're gonna continue on. He just seems like an evil genius at this point. But yeah, pressing play.
On and on about this kind of crap, just how untrustworthy, how despicable Elon Musk really is. But by now, all of his slobbering little cronies, his sycophants, have left their furious little spelling errors in my comment section, have buggered off somewhere to be mean to someone else. Everyone else is like, yeah, well, Elon's a shit goblin. What's new? We knew this already. Make your point. Oh yeah, the challenge. Go on Twitter. Take a look at the Twitter takeover hashtag.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me pause it. Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Sleuth Mom.
How you doing?
Okay. So, wait. Here a little bit. And take my headset off. Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is about the whole question that you just asked me. Yes. So my daughter isn't technically diagnosed with autism yet. Right now it's just sensory processing disorder. Yes. But through this whole journey, I have done so much reading and research and different stuff like that just to better understand her. Mm-hmm. So that someday, because right now she's just 3 years old. Yeah. So that someday we can make sure that she gets absolutely everything out of life that she desires. They think she will probably later be diagnosed with autism, but she's extremely she communicates so well. She's so in touch with her feelings. She's very loving. She is 100% of the time, she's the complete opposite of what you would suspect. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you get her in a crowded situation or in a chaotic environment, things like that, she has a meltdown and she starts stimming, she rocks, that type of stuff. And so it's either one extreme or the other. But as far as Asperger's go, I'm very close with 2 different people who are diagnosed with Asperger's. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you, they are so different from each other even. Yeah. Their diagnosis is just completely opposite. The one is very social. He works at a grocery store. He talks to absolutely everyone. You can't get him to shut up. You know what I mean? And but he lies so much, and he understands that he is lying. If you confront him about it, he'll tell you, yeah, I lied about that or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But in the situation, whenever he's standing there talking to you, he would rather tell people what he thinks that they might want to hear.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it.
Than be honest with it. So he doesn't understand where the fine line is between a white lie to make somebody feel better and just blatantly lying about every situation. It actually got him in huge trouble at one point because he had lied about something that had to do with money processing and stuff like that. And it wasn't intentionally to steal or anything like that, but he thought he was going to get the other person in trouble.
Yeah.
And so he just told this whole story, and it was just so chaotic,
yeah. Okay, so now it makes more sense to me now that I,
But are these lies that are very when you're talking about this, are they complicated lies that require a lot of planning?
Yeah.
Or are they just on the spot?
Oh yeah, and he will lie on top of lies to try to make it look like he's not lying.
You know what? That does make it sound a little better because it kind of fits with Elon Musk now. I feel like I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah. And so I just wanted to come on and give you guys that side of the experience because
thank you.
If you're not familiar with someone who is autistic or has Asperger's, they actually got rid of the Asperger's diagnosis. Everything is just autism now.
Okay.
But I
didn't even know that. Thank you.
Yeah, and so a lot of people who have been diagnosed with Asperger's still refuse to say that they're autistic because whenever you think of autism, you oftentimes think nonverbal or the extreme.
Yeah.
And so now it's all just autism.
Because it's a wide spectrum, and it's all the colors in between.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's so different from person to person. So the other person that I know with Asperger's, she is complete opposite in that she doesn't like to talk at all. Mm-hmm. She doesn't like to go out into public spaces. She just stays completely closed in. But she's the sweetest, nicest person you would ever meet. And I don't think I could ever see her telling a lie at all. Do you know what I mean? So
no, I get it.
Completely different ends of the spectrum just within the Asperger's. And so I can't imagine and listen, I don't know I literally don't know diddly about Elon Musk. I know absolutely nothing about the man because I just don't follow that type of stuff. I get most of my news from you guys.
Well, that's the same thing. I don't know anything until Belial tells me, not unless I see
something. The reason why I had an issue with him stating that is because I heard him say that he sleeps in the factory. He has completely erratic lifestyle where it's not like a pattern. He basically sets up complicated lies and scams. He's always in public. He's always talking in public. He's always going somewhere. And he's never mentioned this earlier until he's on a TV show. So it's that's why I was suspecting that he was basically lying about it. And with your explanation, it kind of makes sense because he does lie consistently about everything. He lies about everything to fit in. So that would probably fit in with your definition.
Yeah, my friend who lies so much, he doesn't understand. I would say he doesn't necessarily understand the emotions behind why you shouldn't. He does it to try to protect people's feelings almost, and he just makes it so much worse in the long run.
So he basically lies not to do harm or to be selfish, but he lies just
but I could see how he could easily twist that to benefit him someday.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If he would ever become a maniacal evil genius, similar to what you guys are describing Elon Musk as.
He very much, Musk
I could
is
see
very
how
much
he could use that to grift people someday.
Yeah,
because it's the history of Elon Musk is amazing. All the grifts he's done, all the scams he's done, and all the lies. It's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers.
And you know how some people have that emotion or a tick that they do whenever they're telling a lie, and so you know that they're lying.
Yeah.
So autism is his superpower in that aspect because he doesn't show as much facial expressions, and so you literally whenever my friend lies, you cannot tell the difference If you're just listening to like his voice or his face or whatever, he is the most believable person in the world, unless you know his background of lying. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
This is a good perspective. This actually disproves my thought process that he's lying, and he probably does have it, and he's using it like he's just, it makes sense with the constant lies, and non-facial expression. Okay.
It's different from, because I only go from the experience of my nephew and my cousin, but it's a totally different. This is what spectrum means. It means that it's everything and everything in between.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna jump back out and let you guys get back to your show. I just figured I would jump in and like explain that a little bit.
No, I know you're more than welcome.
So much typing.
No.
Listen,
more than welcome.
I'm wrong sometimes, and I like to be educated. So I'm glad I got educated.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm going back to the audience. I gotta finish cooking dinner.
Okay,
right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for educating us. We all needed that because we were all a little confused, and it's right. She's absolutely right. I think we live in a world now where when somebody like Elon Musk, or I hate to jump the gun on this, but somebody like Amber Heard, we want to believe them, but they lie. But it's just some people just lie about diagnosis. Do you get what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like I hate doing that.
Well, my problem was I wasn't educated on the whole spectrum.
Oh,
so my problem is I wasn't speaking in terms. I should have been more educated on this subject. And it's good that I got educated on it, and now I know. And it kind of fits more with her explanation. It fits more into what Elon does. He lies about every little thing. Facial expressions. I mean,
he does seem. He does have a very, like I was saying before. He had like a stone, like a stone. He spoke with his hands, but he had a very like stoic, like it didn't move that much. But yeah, again, it's a spectrum, and that means every color in the rainbow and in between. So not one person is the same to the next person. But yeah, thank you, Sleuth. Everybody, Sleuth Mom, thank you. His quote-unquote powers, because he's honestly a smart guy. I just wish that he would just use it for more of, helping people, because that's $44 billion. And if
it's his money. I don't care. I don't really care. I mean, technically, you say that it's $44 billion he has. He has to sell the Tesla shares, and if he starts selling Tesla shares, it's going to drop the stock price. So technically, he doesn't have that money. But truthfully, I don't know if my thought process is it's his money. My problem is when the government just starts giving you money for free. That's just you're giving tax dollars that are tax dollars from the Americans to a private company. That makes absolutely zero sense. That's a subsidy.
This is true. I heard somebody made a post about how general people in the United States, general Americans, they pay more in taxes than Elon Musk ever would.
Who pays more taxes than Elon Musk?
Like people like me and you. We have paid more taxes. Our tax dollars that we have paid adds up greater than what Elon Musk has ever paid. And I was just like,
I don't know if that's
true.
I'm not sure if it's recently, because he had exercising options, that if he exercises, he has to actually sell. I think he has to pay taxes eventually. Because how he's avoided taxes is basically what he does is he gets a loan and uses his shares as collateral, and then he pays interest, and then he basically, since it's a loan, he doesn't have to pay taxes. So on the money that he gets.
So in a sense, it's a loan. So therefore, that post was kind of factual.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if he had to. Let me see. I gotta see if he did actually pay taxes. I think he recently had to do because he had to exercise the options to buy. I think Elon Musk faces a $15 billion tax bill, which is likely the real reason he's selling stock. So yeah, he's paying more taxes than me now. Ooh. So I can't say that anymore.
If he has $15 billion. Why did he just put 44? I don't.
Well, recently the article came out in November 7th, so take it with a grain of salt. Things can change. And Elon Musk asked his 60. Okay, bullshit. I don't give a shit about that. I'm trying to look for the actual crux of the article. Let me see. Okay, Elon Musk faces a $15 billion in coming months on stock options. Musk 62.7 million Twitter followers over the weekend whether he should sell 10% of his Tesla holdings. The looming tax bill makes a sale of Tesla stock his year likely regardless of the outcome. Yeah, so he's facing taxes, so he has to start paying taxes.
Good. We have to get the other people to start paying taxes.
Yeah, I mean, he pays taxes. I don't know. I mean, like, he's paying a lot of money. I mean, I don't pay $15 billion. If I was paying $15 billion in taxes, I wouldn't have a day job. Let's just say that much. I would probably retire.
But that's like the biggest argument people have, is that, you know, Bezos, Musk, and like Zuckerberg, they don't pay enough in taxes, and they find all these loopholes and stuff.
It's not that they don't pay enough, it's just the percentage. So basically what happens, for instance, I pay about, because I'm a freelancer, I pay actually Medicaid, so I pay about 35%. If you include state, maybe almost like 35% if you include state of my income in taxes. So usually, like, some people get away with paying like 15% or 10%. Like Bernie Sanders at one time was paying 15%. A lot of people just find a lot of loopholes to pay less percentage of their income. So when they say they're kind of being truthful but not being truthful, like, yeah, we say, oh well, you pay more. Yeah, we pay more of our percentage of our income in taxes, but we don't pay overall. Like, obviously, I don't make as much as Elon Musk. I don't make as much as Mark Bezos. But there's a percentage that you pay. But that's because you can. There's a lot of loopholes, and if you're making billions of dollars, you can pay a whole accounting firm to figure it out. Me, I got to go on TurboTax. Unfortunately, you know. I mean, that's the crux of it. You know. I mean, I can't go launder my money in an offshore account or something.
I pay for H&R Block because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
But but we'll continue on with this. But again, Sleuth Mom, thank you so much again. And y'all, she's on YouTube and on Facebook under Sleuth Mom. So please go like, follow, subscribe to her, because her content is amazing, especially helping find missing children. What were you going to say?
So, don't forget the soon-to-be banned Twitter account by Elon Musk, because she talked about him. So as soon as Elon Musk runs the company, he's probably going to ban you.
I'm going to do an experiment after this. I'm going to go on Twitter, and I'm going to make, you know, like, why the fuck did Elon Musk buy Twitter? And just, you know...
What?
And I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to just see what happens.
Why is Elon Musk a scammer blocked? I can't write that anymore on Twitter.
Right? Like I didn't even post it yet, and it just blocked me. Like, that's how it would be. But,
why am I getting advertisement for Dogecoin and, 420 weed?
Dogecoin was that stupid doggo meme, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, okay, now it makes sense. Alright, we're gonna watch this this video, we're gonna finish it up.
Name. And then click on the account. Any number of random accounts you like who are posting excitement and enthusiasm and eagerness for Elon's bold free speech leadership of Twitter. Now take a scroll through their timelines and see how fast you come across some hateful, bigoted, cruel or discriminatory attitude towards a minority group. Any minority group, really. My record so far is one tweet down, literally 30 seconds before. And, oh yeah, you guessed it, it was about how unaliving certain people who won't conform to the binary gender presentation expected of society to be the best thing in the world. It's everywhere. The people most excited by Elon's version of free speech are people who really want to be absolute monsters to other people without being afraid that they'll have to, be responsible for their own words. People who really just want a free ticket to be cruel to other people. That's it. That's their entire thing. Look for yourself. I dare you. Free speech to them is say anything you like to anyone and be free of any consequences whatsoever. That's not what free speech is. That's not what even the actual legally protected governmental free speech stuff is, let alone this colloquialized, imagined version Musk and his grotty little cockroach nest of followers think it means, or it should mean, which, if you haven't picked up on it yet, free speech is not something even the man himself believes in. He's demonstrated that many times. Like that thing I said about a guy just doing YouTube stuff about self-driving cars and Elon had him fired because he didn't like what he was saying. It was a conflict of interest, which, sure, it can be considered a conflict of interest to review self-driving cars while you're working at a company who makes self-driving cars. But in Elon's free speech world, what's the problem with that? He wasn't giving away secrets from inside the company. He was just talking about the actual does not believe in free speech. He is using it to manipulate people. The most easily manipulated people on the planet. People terrified that other people who are not exactly like them will have actual freedom themselves. That's what they want the free speech to do, to stop other people having freedom. Look! I dare you, look! You can see it happening. Anyway, this deep into a video like this, I'm betting hard that most people who have left comments, particularly angry comments, haven't even made it this far, much less thought about going this far into the video, or much less thought about anything I've said in the video so far. So, hi, hello, how's your day? I'm genuinely asking, how's your day? I had pumpkin soup for breakfast. What did you have? It was not very good pumpkin soup, and I'm a little bit disappointed by it still. I can still taste it at the back of my throat. It's powdered stuff. But why I do have your attention here, for those of you who care about the things I have to say, have you watched my video on fandoms and freakouts?
I actually want to see. I paused it here because it was just him exiting.
I just want to make an announcement. Dogecoin went up by 14% because Elon is going to buy Twitter. So those who own Dogecoin, you just made 14% because of him buying Twitter.
Great. So.
But I mean, I think the video is pretty on point with a lot of things. I mean, I don't know.
I'm reading the comments just to see.
You love the comments.
I like that Elon Musk is buying Twitter. He has already emphasized that he will make free speech a priority and seems open to what Twitter users want added. Like, well, see, that's the thing too. Everybody's entitled to free speech, whatever, but Bilal's right too. There's no such thing as free speech. When I continue this, I don't think people have the freedom to hate.
Depends on the country.
Well, that too, but people are very hateful. Like, we've all seen comments. I've gotten some of those comments, and thank God I mean,
maybe the good thing is let's be nice. Let's be a little bit optimistic about Elon. Maybe you can actually make comments about Saudi Arabia now, since it won't be owned by a Saudi Arabian prince.
Oh, I
so
didn't
you
know
can
they
actually
censored them.
Yeah, they did. They basically, like, if you talk about anything about like their slave labor market and their beheading people and how they treat women,
I've actually
good luck.
Had a couple.
Let me pause that. Sorry.
Like, let me see.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's from, I think it was like, I don't know, it was like 10% or 14%. How much Saudi Arabian prince owned Twitter? I don't know, it was a huge percentage. I know that. Saudi Arabian prince now owns more of Twitter than Jack Dorsey. Oh. Al Saudi prince has increased his holding of Twitter, making him the company's second largest shareholder. Mind you, this is an old article, so things could change. Prince Khalid bin Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Said.
We're gonna butcher the name just to let everybody know.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. That name. I'm sorry, guys. That was, I'm trying. Who in 2011 invested $300 million in the social network, now owns 34.9 million shares of Twitter's common stock, according to the new regulatory file. Nearly 5.2% of the stake. The company is now larger than that of Jack Dorsey. So this is an old article. He might own more. But yeah, there's people that Saudi Arabian prince owned a large percentage. There's been a lot of people that own a percentage of.
So it's
Twitter.
basically how much you own is how much you can control, and that's pure for your own personal gain.
Well, I mean, how much is? He said 300 million shares. Let me pull out a calculator. Let's say 54.20 times 300 million. Holy shit.
Really big number.
I don't even think my calculator could. That's about he's going to make about, for a $300 million investment in 2011, he's going to make about $16 billion. Congratulations.
Imagine what we could do. I know you say it's his money, he should do whatever the fuck he wants to do, but I'm still going to be that little asshole that goes, Why don't you, I don't know, there's a lot of homeless families out there, there's a lot of homeless kids out there, there's...
Good luck, the guy buys jets and golden toilets, he's a prince. I mean...
Maybe there's a reason why I'm not ever going to be rich is because I would just fucking give it away.
Yeah, probably. Or you just, I think most times people become extremely rich is one, they get lucky, two, and that goes into the right time, the right place.
Yeah.
And initial investments, like Amazon, Mark Bezos, his father and mother gave him $1 million, I think, to start his company. And if he didn't come out with his company around the tech boom, which is I think is 1999, a little bit before then, he wouldn't have gotten initial money to start his company because originally it was a book company. A lot of people got in the right time and got the initial investment and they got lucky. And there's most companies do not get lucky and you never hear about them. Simple as that. You only hear about the successful stories. So it depends on the person, depends on the situation. Elon Musk basically came from an affluent family. He came here. He invested in the tech boom. His first company, they couldn't even use his code, and he got lucky. And he gift of gab. Maybe that was the talent he had. He gift for gab, and he was able to move on to other companies with investments. Simple as that. He's an investor. I mean, he wants to sound like Tony Stark, but he really is an investor. He's like a younger version of Warren Buffett when it comes to tech business. So. I'm
just still blown away about the whole monkey chip thing.
But what I hate to me may not be hate to you. We should rely on our own selves, not to the government or one type of persons to strict our speech. For us, people just need to be better people.
I agree with that. We should be better, but I also I've preached this a million times before. Freedom of speech goes both ways. Okay, it goes both ways. So the Westboro Baptist Church can picket people like me and protest people like me and say that we're going to hell, using the F word, all this other stuff. They can do that. That is their American right. Sadly, it's hate. It is hate against me and my community. But freedom of speech works both ways. I can have pickets, and I can go protest as well, and I can show love. It's give or take.
I think Sleuth Mom's point of view is that she doesn't want government to be involved with the actual thing. I think that's.
Yeah, I can see that. No, I get that. Yeah.
I mean, I think the problem is that the government, when they enact hate laws and stuff like that, they're kind of everything. It's just there's no gray. And usually, there's sometimes people they go overboard with some things. But, I mean, I think, honestly, I don't think it exists because usually I don't think either side actually believes in free speech. If you go to the extreme left or the extreme right, they don't believe in free speech on either side. They just believe whatever suits them. And that's human nature. You want something that suits your side. I think the thing is that you just try to get to a happy medium. And you try to get, people who are extreme out. Do we have American rights? Depending on what American rights? I mean, things have changed from a long time ago.
Things have changed a lot. We live in a media type of world right now. When our rights were written down so long ago of what the United States was supposed to be, they weren't thinking about AK-40s. They weren't thinking about,
With the Founding Fathers, if you think about it, would the Founding Fathers come in and say, everyone being locked in their homes? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
They would they be and their thought process of bearing for, this is an argument that a lot of people have when it comes to gun rights. Is they say, well, the Founding Fathers believe that people should have guns just to fight against the government just in case. And then people will say, well, did the Founding Fathers know about nuclear bombs or rockets or machine guns?
That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean, that's an argument, and this is what the courts are for. That's what the Supreme Courts are for. The Supreme Courts are really kind of the people that kind of interpret the Constitution, kind of the laws and stuff like that. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not going to say I'm a person.
I mean, I guess it's this. Live your best life. Live as an example. You know what I mean?
I think your American rights or your freedom of speech is going to be defended by billionaires. I think billionaires are usually the type of people that want to take your rights away to basically enrich themselves and get themselves to be more powerful. Let me see, what's the next, Frank? 15 shots and I'm still breathing. Oh wait, I mean, we'll never see a black president. Oh.
Wait,
I'm not sure what that means.
who was that?
Frank. It says 15 shots and I'm still breathing. Oh wait, I mean, we'll never see. I don't know what that means. To be honest with
I
you.
don't know what that means either.
Maybe it's a joke. I don't know. But
It went over my head. We've had a black
yeah,
president.
yeah, we did. I mean, like I remember.
Oh
when,
wait, Frank's in the UK, right? Frank, are you in the UK? If I remember correctly,
Yeah,
or am I?
I think he is. I'm not sure where, but somewhere in the UK. So Brits have American rights. Interesting. Brits, I mean, if you're part of the World Bank, you're kind of part of America because America owns 17% of the World Bank. So I mean, basically.
I see. That's all. I'm all thumbs to that. I don't know what any of that.
The World Bank basically is like the evilest. Like everyone, like it's basically it's like the bank that basically loans money to third world countries to bankrupt them to steal all their resources, and America owns like 17% of it. It's like not a lot of people know that.
I didn't know that. I didn't. Yeah. I know the UK has. No, Frank. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, but the UK has their own political issues going on, and it's I don't know very much of the UK political. The only thing I know about the UK is probably the Spice Girls, and so I'm ignorant on that.
That's better than me. I think I heard Frank's voice and I was like, I kept on referring to tea because that's the only thing I know, like the Queen of England and tea. I don't know much about Britain, to be honest with you, or I like their political system though. I like their parliament. It's fun. You ever watch their parliament? They have like arguments, and it's like a lot more better than ours. I think we should adopt their British system better because it's more. If you ever watch C-SPAN, it's the most boring shit in the world. But if you watch like the British do like their politics, it's so entertaining. To be honest with you,
I have seen some of it on Twitter, but I didn't know what it is. Usually, if I don't know what it is, I really don't have an opinion on it because I don't want to be one of those ignorant Americans that are like, "Well, the British, it's not my business." Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, I just. If I'm ignorant to it, I'm ignorant to it. But I know what you're talking about. I saw the Iron Lady documentary.
Yeah, Frank, I am in agreement. I'm in agreement with you. I would love low taxes. I am in full agreement, especially this year.
Oh,
Sign me up.
Oh yeah.
You're starting a movement. We go.
Oh, well, lower taxes all around the world. That's what I
think the only thing, the last time I paid attention to British taxes was Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad used to have a YouTube channel, and he actually ran for office, and I'm trying to remember the party he was part of, but he was just like, he said so many stupid shit online that it went back to him. Like at one point I think he was trolling people with black penises pictures on Twitter, and that's how he got banned from Twitter.
You put a giant penis somewhere, you're gonna get banned.
He was the whole thing with like, it was so long ago, but yeah, he tried to go into like actual politics, but and now he still has a YouTube channel. I think he still has a YouTube channel. He does his politics, but it was very. Do you remember Sargon of Akkad, Frank? Like when he ran for office, I think with the other guy with. I love watching Parliament. Jacob Rees-Mogg is literal god. Yeah, I just say I like the British Parliament. To be honest, I like it's just more energetic. Like ours, we need people like that type of arguments. Yeah. Like it's so fucking boring.
We need passion. I will say this from what I have seen. When they do that, they have a lot of passion in what they're saying. They can yell. They can be angry. They can flip a book and. I want to see that. Like, be angry. Be angry about something that's happening. Why are we going to be sitting here on our asses, trying to be civil? Show emotion when you talk, because everything else, in America, when you watch them sitting there and they're like, we're doing a vote, it's just so fucking. That's why I don't watch it.
I know, but this is the crazy stream, so we jump from subject to subject. Here's the video. Okay, let me give you.
MPs behaving badly, part 1 from The Sun. Okay, let me set this up.
Oh, imagine if C-SPAN was like this. I mean, wait, this might not even be from Britain. Let me see.
This was from 2019 March, so this was before the pandemic.
Okay, but yeah, obviously it's the best time where we didn't have to have what masks.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, so we're gonna play some of this, and we're gonna see because
Play a little bit. Like, imagine if this was not like C-SPAN. Just compare that, and let's play a little bit of this, and we'll put on the C-SPAN.
Where the potteries community. I wish the Shadow Chancellor would occasionally shut up and listen to the answer.
See, I like that.
Order! Other members can now follow the Prime Minister's advice to the Shadow Chancellor. We need a bit of order. The Prime Minister. I'm
pausing it real quick. I like this. Do you know why? It sounds like a bunch of people who are friends but do have disagreements that are having a civil conversation, but like at a pub or something. That they're just like, fuck it.
Now, go to the next video. Compare that to ours. Put the next video on.
Oh, you sent another video? Okay,
yeah, in the chat.
So real quick, let me...
I may be alone in...
Just real quick, I just want to...
I must ask the Honourable Gentleman, order. I don't require any assistance.
Maybe I did.
I don't require any assistance. That guy's badass. And look at his tie! Even his tie is so like... Okay, we're gonna watch this one. This is American. This is, well, the United States. How they do things. And no, the volume is on, by the way.
Okay, so which one is making you fall asleep faster?
This.
On this vote?
I will say though, when she did get voted in, and there was and she passed, I was excited about it. But I would rather watch this scenario play out when it comes to the MPs behaving badly one.
Okay, so stop this. I think we need to, like, we're being outshined by the British. This is the truth. Okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I think we need to really show about America. So I suggest we make it like WrestleMania, where we have like a battle royale in the middle, and whoever wins the WrestleMania battle, the bill gets passed, and we have like chairs and all that stuff. So it's we have to have like a bald eagle at the top, and maybe some rock music playing.
This has happened before. Hulk Hogan circa 1995, his All-American Reject type of theme with the British Bulldog on WWF at the time. This has happened.
like I mean, like you ever see that movie Idiocracy?
Yes, with the fucking
we need something like that. The president of.
I will say that because let's be honest, you got to make things interesting, because if it's boring. I'm not going to watch it.
Here, this is what we need for America. Here, I'm posting it. This is what we need for America.
Just so people know what movie we're talking about. It's a hilariously stupid movie.
Okay, we need this for America. We need to actually beat the Brits. Okay, and I think this is the one.
Yeah, this is it.
This is how I want America to be in the future.
Shit. I know shit's bad right now, with all that starving bullshit. And the dust storms, and we running out of french fries and burrito coverings. Yeah. But I got a solution.
That's what you said last time, dipshit.
I got a solution. You're a dick.
South Carolina, what's up?
That's really how it should be. Oh, well, without violence, yes.
Listen, we need that. That'd be great. Objection! Pull out a machine gun.
That's a Pepsi advertisement there?
Yeah. Because in the future, there's only.
That's right. That's right. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I just remember the Mountain Dew. Everybody relied on Mountain Dew like water.
Yeah. So that's how I think how we should outshine the Brits.
And it's free on YouTube, so y'all can watch it because it's right here free. But yeah, it would be more interesting. It would grab my fucking attention. I've been sitting watching this Johnny Depp trial, and and Frank can correct me again, obviously, but in Britain, they have the judges and the lawyers have the robes and the wigs, don't they still?
Yeah. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I haven't seen that. I think they have regular suits.
They do now? Because that always looked like... I would love to go to court, to sit down in a court meeting and just be like, it's just so elegant. And then the political side is just like, we're going to sit here and...
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Everything's better in the UK. Let's just be real.
Not everything.
Well, not everything. Yeah, every country has their... Yeah, it does. But it's just, I would... Political-wise... I didn't start learning about politics until I was 35, and it was thanks to fucking Belial, because it was just so boring to me. But Belial made it interesting.
That's not a positive thing. I feel like I've just poisoned your existence.
Well, this is the thing too. There's things that me and you don't agree on too, but we're not fucking assholes towards each other. We're just like, okay, that's something we don't agree on. Let's move on.
There. So what's this one you're gonna play? You're gonna play Johnny Depp talking about the poop gate?
Oh yeah, this is the poop gate thing. We're gonna transition, but we're gonna get to the poop gate. But transitioning from Musk to the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. Now, everybody knows about the speculations about how Amber Heard was dating James Franco and Elon Musk, and even had a wild threesome with Elon Musk and another person, a woman that was in the movie S Squad. I can't actually say the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey.
Okay.
And Elon Musk is going to be apparently James Franco and Elon Musk are going to be called in for Depp's side of the defendants. Wait, no. Is it the defendant? Johnny Depp is defending himself.
No, Johnny Depp is suing for a lot of...
Oh, so he's the plaintiff. So they're coming in on the plaintiff side, which is like everybody's like, what? Because James Franco and Elon Musk are so Amber Heard. So we're gonna watch this video real quick. It's from Film Streak. So subscribe to them.
They should be thanking him because they dodged a bullet, to be honest with you. They did.
Well, here's the thing. People think that they're going to lie. Because the whole thing is, during the time before Johnny Depp and Amber Heard initially broke up, apparently, these are accusations. These are not facts whatsoever, what I'm going to say. It's just accusations that Johnny Depp hit Amber Heard, and she had like a black eye and she had swelling and stuff. But the issue is there's video footage of her apartment building where she lives, and James Franco lives in the same building. Them getting into an elevator together, and
we're being educated. Frank, our British expert, has told us that judges and magistrates wear the robes, and the lawyers do in Crown Court. I don't know what Crown Court is.
Is that kind of like Supreme Court for us?
I have no clue. But I'm gonna be looking up things tonight to find out. They were to hide their identity back in the day. Now it's traditional. Oh, see?
Oh, okay.
Now we've learned stuff. See, we're learning stuff. And then And then Soothmom says they eat beans with every meal. So that's probably what happened with Amber Heard.
I'm just gonna say, Frank, I love the show, absolutely fabulous, and that's how I learned most of the things was during that show, because they went to court. Patsy snuck drugs into another country, and the British airline caught them, and they had to go to court and stuff, and they were wearing all that, and that's the only reason I know. But I love that show. But yeah, James Franco, Elon Musk. Of course, Elon Musk is involved in something.
How the hell did Elon Musk get involved with this?
There's a lot of baby too. The baby's a little bit over 1 year old, and they think that it's Elon Musk's kid, the camera, and it's infuriating because all of us fucking see it. We're just hoping that the jury sees it as well. But yeah, we're gonna watch this video and let's see the shit show.
I have no idea
Which
what I
one
did.
are we
I had
watching?
nothing but a good time with her. Total respect for her.
Oh, we're watching the bad Amber Heard. Oh,
yeah, and then we're gonna do the poop thing. I thought it was a nice transition because it's Elon Musk. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The things that I heard that were on Twitter are not accurate. I don't want to, shut them down in any way. It's I think, a good thing, and I support it.
Celebrity divorces are known for capturing the attention of the public, and Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's split is certainly no exception. Their legal battle has already lasted years and is showing no signs of slowing down. This court case seems to drag in more celebrity drama as the years go by. Recently, 2 new celebrities have been dragged into this case. That's right, Elon Musk and James Franco have now been called on to testify during the next hearing. But could James Franco and Elon Musk, who once challenged Depp to a cage fight, end up testifying in the court case with Heard? And what would their testimony mean for Johnny Depp's case? Allow me to break it down for you. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's divorce has made countless headlines over the years, as the two both alleged abuse against each other. Along the way, Elon Musk was brought into the conversation as he dated Heard after the former couple split. He also ended up challenging Depp to a cage fight, and now it looks like Musk was once again brought into the court. This latest update comes from Us Weekly, with the outlet citing legal documents they procured. Both Elon Musk and actor James Franco were reportedly subpoenaed on October 26 with relation to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's case. Regarding their correspondence with the Aquaman actress, they're required to produce the books, record electronically stored information, and tangible things designated and described. Specifically, the courts are looking for communication about Heard's alleged abuse of physical harm by Depp. Johnny Depp's lawyer first heaped mud on Amber Heard during the libel case against the Sun tabloid, where he claimed that she cheated Tesla chief Elon Musk and actor James Franco. Depp's lawyer called the alleged hookups extramarital affairs or extra relationship affairs, the Daily Mail said. The claims surfaced on opening day of Depp's libel lawsuit against the UK's The Sun in Britain, in which he is battling against the newspaper's description of him as a WB in a 2018 article. In his testimony, Depp denied he ever hit Heard or any other woman, claiming it was inconceivable to him because of his southern upbringing, and added that the sociopathic actress was the abusive one. Depp's lawyers sent the Deuce star a subpoena over a video that shows him getting close with the actress on an elevator ride one day after Depp allegedly gave Heard, 32, a black eye in a marriage-ending fight. Depp has claimed Heard used makeup to gin up bruises, and his lawyers wanted to ask Franco and Heard's ex-boyfriend, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, what she looked like at the time. We are interested in James Franco and Elon Musk as fact witnesses because we have evidence they are men who saw Amber Heard's face in the days and nights between when she claimed Mr. Depp smashed her in the face on May 21st in 2016 and when she went to court with painted-on bruises to obtain a temporary restraining order on May 27th. Depp's attorney, Adam Waldman, told The Blast magazine, "As per the footage obtained by the website, we can see an allegedly disheveled Heard boarding the elevator in a dowdy cardigan, getting off on another floor, and walking back in, trailed by Franco. She then stands next to the 41-year-old actor, and both of them lean their heads down and away from the cameras. At the end of the clip, Franco can be seen putting his forehead on Heard's shoulders before she leans her head on his." Heard's attorney, Eric George, told Fox News that his client and Franco once lived in the same apartment complex and were simply taking the elevator at the same time. This bogus story is just another lame attempt by Johnny Depp and his team to spread deliberately misleading information through the tabloid media so that he can continue to attack and abuse his ex-wife, he said. Johnny Depp and his team have been trying and failing to place a salacious story based on this irrelevant footage for weeks. It's pathetic. It remains to be seen if Elon Musk will have to actually testify in court. As most of you can remember, the first time Depp alleged that Musk had not only an affair with the Aquaman actress while she was still married to the Pirates of the Caribbean actor, but that Musk also had a threesome with her.
I think Amber is lying. I think Amber did have affairs. I think Amber is very manipulative, and I think that she's continuously manipulating things, manipulating words and stuff. I also think she's a gold digger, that's for damn sure. And I hate doing this because usually when a woman comes...
Don't be too light on her.
But I'm just saying, like, I hate, because when a woman comes forward and says I was in an abusive relationship, my first emotion is, are you okay? Do you want to talk? All this other stuff. And when this first came out 4 or 5 years ago, when all this was coming out, my first initial thought wasn't even that. I was just like, she's lying.
And then Frank wants to tell us, we have a Supreme Court, Crown Court, and magistrates. The magistrates is like road tickets and basic assaults. Crown can be anything, then Supreme is overturned convictions in big private cases.
Oh.
We also hate the sun and vile paper. To know.
I've seen they have like a lot of documentaries on YouTube of UK, and like I guess there was one documentary I watched. I didn't finish it. It was about a woman who just has babies just to collect money in the UK, yeah. And I'm just kind of like, well, that's no different than in America, because I've known some mothers in the past that would just have babies because they would collect from those babies. And
yeah, I agree with also Frank says celebs them all shagging each other, lots of yeah, I honestly think she's sleeping with him because she's a little bit too close to that guy, like,
no,
and she's also disheveled, like, I don't know, I mean, it looked like they were a little too close, and it'd be kind of funny if Elon Musk comes in the courtroom and like, I want to kind of see that testimony. Honestly, that'd be amazing.
I think they are called upon. They're subpoenaed. They have to come, or they have to do a video testimony, kind of like what Amber Heard's ex-assistant. Yeah. So we're gonna see it. We're gonna fucking see it. It's just this is only day 4. We had a weekend break. This is only, I think, this is day 4 of it all, and I definitely think that Amber's lying.
What do you think of Amber like wearing the same suits that Johnny Depp is wearing?
Oh, she's copying hairstyles from him. Like Johnny Depp will have a nice black suit on one day with his hair down, and Amber Heard the next day will kind of emulate that. Or if Johnny Depp has his hair up one day, she does it too.
Frank says babies with benefits.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That seems a little too much to have kids. I mean, like,
she had 15 kids, and she was going in the documentary. She was going in for an ultrasound for the 16th kid. I'll share the documentary.
I'm kind of more impressed that she had 16 kids, because that shit's painful. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, my grandfather.
I'm kind of more impressed than that.
I used to make jokes all the time, because my grandfather's 1 out of 14, and I would be like, great grandma used to just have a conveyor belt, and because that's a lot of fucking kids.
It's part of a baseball team.
Yeah, and sadly, those are the kids that survived. There's kids that didn't. So there's a lot more. So yeah, it is. It is. But yeah, I guess that's how they were. But that was back then. My grandfather, my grandfather's side, he's Irish, and they were like, no, can't use protection, very old school Irish. Mm-hmm. They came to America and everything like that, and they took their traditions with them. So of course, if great grandpa wanted to get boogie woogie down, they're not going to use a condom, or
Well, yeah, of course, and it's supposed to be like a sin. It's in the idea of procreation.
Yeah.
Back then, I don't know the exact denomination that did that, but some do that.
Yeah. So yeah, I can picture, but yeah, this whole, I'll find the documentary, and if you're on Facebook and you follow Zero to Manic 3.0, I will be posting it there in the next 24 hours. I have to find it, but it was like a whole lot, and it wasn't just one family; it was several families, and apparently one family was in the newspaper for it as well. But yeah, this is This is what's going on. We get the general idea that Amber Heard was with Elon Musk and James Franco before and after.
I'm hoping that it was was it a threesome?
Let me rewind it about like 2 seconds, and we're gonna listen to this real quick, okay?
Musk also had a threesome with Horde and Suicide Squad actress Cara Delevingne inside Depp's own Los Angeles penthouse. Some pretty harsh words were exchanged. Not only did Elon Musk deny these allegations, but he was also willing to face off against Johnny Depp in a cage fight. Sort of. I definitely was not having an affair with Amber while she was married to Johnny. This is totally false. We did not have the threesome, you know. So I think people think these things are generally more salacious than they are, Elon said. He then added in his interview with the New York Times that he recommends that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard bury the hatchet and move on. And he hopes Depp, who has derogatorily referred to the industrialist as mollusk, recovers from the situation. However, when it was noted how a text message was read in court where Depp threatened to Heard that he'd cut off a part of Musk's, shall we say, lower down anatomy, Musk jokingly continued saying, "If Johnny wants a cage fight, just let me know." But with both he and James Franco seemingly becoming more crucial to the ongoing litigation, it doesn't seem totally out of the question. As for the cage fight, that seems a bit more unlikely. Musk and Franco reportedly have until January 17th, 2022 to cooperate with the investigation. But specifically, Musk is scheduled to be deposed on January 24th, 2022, while Franco is scheduled to be deposed on January 26th, 2022. Their testimonies will be in connection to...
What does deposed mean? Educate me. Does that mean that they're not going to be there?
What? Depose?
Yeah.
No, that means they're going to be cross-examined by.
Okay.
That means they're going on the stand.
So again, this is day 4 of the trial, but when we're gonna go to the next video.
So I mean, can we get a please, for all the things I've gone through in my life, can we please see a cage match with Johnny Depp and Elon Musk? I swear to God, I would pay $500 for that ticket. To be honest with you, I would pay just to watch it online. I would pay $500. I would love it. I would just watch it. I would record it. It would be the funniest thing in the world to see.
We can do a live stream.
Maybe Johnny Depp would just knock him out in one punch. Because he takes a lot of painkillers, so I mean, who knows?
He does. He can withstand a lot of pain.
He can take a lot of pain.
But Johnny is such a pacifist, though.
Maybe make it better, maybe Johnny Depp dressed up as Jack Sparrow in the fight. That would be even better.
I can see him doing that. I can't see Johnny Depp he would rather hurt himself or punch a wall before he hurts anybody else.
It's so sad, though. I mean, I remember this guy from I think it was Edward Scissorhands. You ever see Edward Scissorhands?
Oh, of course.
I can tell far back. This guy has been in all these movies, and now he's taken off with Pirates of the Caribbean. And who the fuck's gonna watch Pirates of the Caribbean without Jack Sparrow?
He refuses. He says after this, if he was to get the truth out, and he stands tall on top of this, and if Warner Brother asks him back for Pirates of the Caribbean, or
not opposed, deposed. It's a DEPOSE. It's basically when attorney cross-examines you, you're testifying before and you're being cross-examined by attorneys. So they're going to be brought up to the stand. They're going to be asked questions, deposed.
Oh, okay. So they're going to physically be there. They're not going to.
No, they could be due to COVID restrictions and all that, or maybe travel restrictions. They could just do videography. They'll probably do through either Zoom or WebEx or something like that, and they'll just ask them questions. They'll probably send them exhibits to maybe even have the car reporter there. Who knows? But yeah.
No, I get. Okay, well, at least that's something for us to be. I guess everything's going to be all about that when it happens. But yeah, Johnny Depp refuses. He says, "I'm never going to be on the Pirates of the Caribbean," and he doesn't want to do the Fantastic Beasts Harry Potter franchise anymore. He said he'll refuse it, and I'm like, good for you. Fuck him.
Yeah, but remember how shitty the last Pirates of the Caribbean was when they made him a side character?
Oh, when they brought back the cast, or the original cast, the 2 people.
Yeah, and it was so shitty because he was they were trying to make him a side character, and even CGI'd him. It's bro, what are you doing? Just make it all about Jack Sparrow. What are you talking about? No one gave a shit about the other characters. Let's be real.
It was just so fucking. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean, but I don't like the one where I like the original cast one.
He's even in the game. What game? Sea of Thieves? He's even in the game.
Yeah. He's also, they did make him a roboted figure in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, but I think they took it down.
And then it says, Sweet Bomb, when I was younger, I used to imagine marrying Edward Scissorhands until I realized that our romantic life would never work out. Yes, that would be a problem.
It would be a definite problem.
You definitely would have to get, like, oven mitts for his hands or something. I don't know, tape him up.
I mean, scissors have screws on them. They could have just unscrewed it. I mean, I feel like there was...
You're unscrewing his fingers.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like, you know, while he was at work doing hairdressing and, you know, pruning plants and shit, you know, I feel like there was more options, and people don't know what metal cutters are. Like, I don't... It wasn't gonna hurt him!
You're gonna maim Edward Scissorhands, you monster!
But it wasn't gonna hurt him. Edward Scissorhand is not human.
Now he's not.
He's not. He's not though. You've seen the movie? In the beginning of the movie, it was that guy who was...
I see how it is. Just because he has scissors for hands, he's not human.
Hold on.
You're a monster.
Hold on.
You're a monster. I can't believe it.
Scissorhand. Hold on. Edward Scissorhands. Oh shit! I can't spell opening scene. Not this one. I want the oh wait, is this it right here? You'll see that his quote-unquote father owned a cookie company. Oh, come on now.
Just because he's a cookie doesn't mean he's not human.
Well, in the beginning, the opening scene.
Was he a cookie? I don't even remember.
It was
Tim Burton. I don't know what Tim Burton took. He must have taken a lot of LSD when he was younger.
It was that guy. He's in all those horror movies and stuff. He was in it. I forgot his name.
Don't play the music though.
I'm not playing the music. I'm trying to find the opening scene.
Okay, so he's a fucking cookie. So he's the gingerbread man.
No, he's not.
Okay?
He's the machine. He's the machine. See right here. Look. Okay, here we go. See, his father made cookies, and he's alone.
We're finding out the deep lore of Edward Scissorhands. This is the
true. That's him. That's Edward Scissorhands right there. Do you see? He was a robot. It's a Pinocchio thing, except with metal. See?
So Elon Musk has warned us about this. Maybe this is why Elon Musk wants to fight him. Because Elon Musk wants to save us from the artificial intelligence, and Edward Scissorhands is the machines coming against us.
Isn't Elon Musk the man that wants to make a robot?
No, he wants to make like dumb robots. So basically, that's probably why he hates Johnny Depp, because he thinks he's actually a robot.
He's a cookie cutter.
He's a cookie monster, cookie robot.
You really didn't know that? He wasn't a human.
No, I didn't see this movie in quite a while. I've seen this movie a while.
I remember watching this years ago, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, he's the cookie cutter. It was like a Pinocchio thing. It's literally the story of Pinocchio, except right after Geppetto dies.
Even that actor I think is dead, but that actor used to be in old, like, the 50s.
Horror movies.
Like all those 50 horror movies and shit in the 60s.
Tim Burton had connections, I'm telling you.
I mean, like, that's what Tim Burton needs to do. What Tim Burton needs to do is Tim Burton needs to go up to him and says, listen, we're just going to change the name from this pirate from Jack Sparrow to fucking Blue Jay the Pirate. And we're going to make it, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just change the name.
And Helena Bonham Carter can be in it. Yeah.
Make it like a Tim Burton pirate theme. I don't know. It'd be kind of hilarious.
I mean, the opening of Sweeney Todd, when Sweeney Todd was on the boat, looked fucking hella cool.
Or get Nicolas Cage to be in the movie too, and make it one of those crazy Nicolas Cage with Tim Burton.
I know we're going off. I know we're going off subject. Have you seen the movie Nicolas Cage's new movie Pig? Have you seen it?
Wait, Geppetto dies. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, Geppetto dies in Pinocchio?
I don't know.
Does Geppetto fucking die? Oh my god.
I don't know, because usually those Disney movies are based on the older books, so I don't know about the original books. Because if you read
my childhood just left my body, like I'm like, what?
Lots of labs. Scissors would not have felt good, and his body was made of metal.
He was metal, but that also means adjustable. It also means adjustable.
Jeez Louise, we are getting into the deep lore of Edward Scissorhands.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying it's adjustable.
Listen, and now I could just we now know why Elon Musk hates Johnny Depp.
Because Johnny Depp did it before he could.
No, because Johnny Depp is basically the machine, and Elon Musk is trying to save us from the robot apocalypse.
Elon Musk does have like a whole hero complex to him, like he's like some savior for somebody who hasn't donated money.
Well, he donates,
but
I think he was like he said he'd give $6 billion to World Hunger if they gave him a plan, and they gave him a plan, and he didn't do it.
So he didn't do shit.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, fuck that. But we're okay. Going back to the Johnny Depp thing, I'm glad I blew your mind there with the cookie thing, because
now we know.
Now we know, and we're all better for that. So Johnny Depp, we're talking about a woman here, Amber Heard, who I would like to say is a lovely woman, but she is not a lovely woman. She literally shat all
being
over.
British now, being classy.
I'm trying to use my words.
Be American. This is an American.
Don't they say
podcast.
don't they say shite?
We say shit in America.
Shit.
This is America.
I've been trying. You'll notice in my post, on my 3.0 post, I'm trying not to get dinged by the Facebook police, and I say shite.
Oh. Well, I think that would get you banned too, because they would just say, "Okay, you're obviously not from America. We have to ban you. We have to put you in the corner."
That could be it too. But yeah, she shit all over Johnny Depp's bed, and that's when Johnny Depp was like, I think we should get a divorce. I think that was the nail in the coffin. But this video...
it wasn't the cutting of his finger off.
It wasn't cutting his finger off, or scratching him up, or beating him up,
or the adultery, or the lies. It was the poop.
It was the poop. It was... And when you watch this, too, Johnny Depp is very soft-spoken, and he kind of goes a lot and stuff like that. He's thinking before he speaks. So here's Johnny Depp shares how Amber Heard left poop on their bed from small funny.
Which I advise everyone that does a deposition to speak slowly and think exactly what you say, because it's not a race.
Right. Okay, so we're going to press play. It's a short video.
And he said, I don't think now's a good time to go. I thought it's the perfect time. She's not going to be home for 2 days. And then he showed me a photograph on his telephone of
It's a photograph, Ron.
They tried to object it.
He says he looked at it on.
See, the Amber Heard's lawyer was about to interrupt Johnny Depp and say, "Objection, your lawyer, it's hearsay." And Johnny Depp's lawyer's like, "It's a picture. He has a picture of his bed with shit on it. It's not hearsay. He has a fucking picture." So we're gonna press play.
What was the photograph of Mr. Depp?
It was a photograph of the bed, our bed, and on my side of the bed was human fecal matter. So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down there. My initial response to that was, I laughed. It was so outside. It was so bizarre and so grotesque that I could only laugh. So I did not go down there. And then she started She was telling me about the. She brought up the situation of the fecal matter on the bed, and I. And she tried to blame it on the dogs.
Why didn't you think it could have been the dogs?
The dogs they're teacup Yorkies. They weigh about 4 pounds each. The photograph that I saw, and I lived with those dogs for many years.
He can't even keep a straight face. He's just like, this is so weird.
Did you examine the poo? Did you bring forensic examiners of the poo?
They would go that far.
From the very beginning. And she was the one who photographed it.
Alright, Sleuth Mom, see you around.
See you, Sleuth Mom. Enjoy your night. Everybody, please go like and follow Sleuth Mom and subscribe to her YouTube channel. And thank you again, Sleuth Mom, for educating us. But yeah, this is, we're dealing with a woman who shits in people's beds. Like, literally just right into the bed and then blames the dog. And, you know, you can tell when it's a human poop and when it's a dog poop. That's for damn sure. This was a human poop. I don't have a picture of it. I have seen a picture of it. The picture is on Google. I saw it on a thumbnail on YouTube.
How mad do you have to be to poo in someone's bed?
I have no... well, I do know Amber is... Shockingly, Amber is on a lot of psychedelics. She likes psychedelics. She likes MDM. And I've known people who would take ecstasy and they would just wet or defecate the bed. And
but this is like out of anger. This is like...
Oh no, this was out of anger, but I think she was fucked up too. You have to be fucked up to shit in someone's bed.
She like purposely shit on his side of the bed. She didn't shit on her side of the bed.
She shit on his side. That's gross.
I mean, it's kind of funny the guy objected to hearsay, because hearsay is basically like evidence, like something you hear from someone else.
Yeah, this was a fucking picture.
So it's like, let's say you told me of, like, let's say you told me of an event and I repeat what you say.
Yeah.
That would be like kind of like hearsay. A picture's not hearsay.
No. They're trying. They're being sneaky about it. I know Popcorn Planet is live right now. They're doing their... Are they live now?
You do what you can to keep...
they ended it. But their video is an update and a kind of a little slimmer version of what happened. But there's really nothing... there's really nothing new that I can say other than Amber Heard still being cheeky, still... you know, acting to the cameras, and you can tell she's acting, because one minute she's looking at the camera and she's all stoic and she's sad, she feels triggered, all this other shit, and then she looks away from the camera when the jury leaves the room, by the way, and she gets up to her lawyers and she's laughing and talking, rolling her eyes and all that, and I'm kind of like, there was one incident, I do want to show one video real quick, of Amber secretly recording. Is this the one? Please tell me I have the right one. I don't have the right one. But there is a video of Amber recording what happened when Johnny Depp found out that Amber Heard caught incriminating leak. There we go. Okay, so the scenario is this. Johnny Depp, you know, his advisors, his financial advisors, he found out that his advisors stole about $60 million from him. And other numerous people as well. And he found out about it that day and he was pissed. I would be pissed fucking too. Yes.
So that was the whole reason why he was slamming the cabinets?
Yeah, he was that's the whole reason. That was what happened that day when he was slamming. And she was recording it, and in the video she goes, "What's wrong? We were okay. We haven't fought." And he's like, "You're okay." but I'm not okay. Like, he was saying, yes, you are fine. I am not fine. Because it happened to him. It didn't happen to Amber. Amber didn't lose any money.
Did you know about it?
She did know about it. She knew about it. And he was having a moment. He was flinging the cabinets and stuff, and he was,
Bro, for $60 million, I'd probably, like, pick up a sledgehammer and smash the entire kitchen.
Yeah, I would do it as well. I mean, people will say, well, that shows that he's violent. No, it doesn't.
No.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I lost a certain amount of money to somebody that I trusted, that I was working with for a good number of years, and I thought my money was in a good place, yes, I'm going to be slamming cupboards and pouring myself a glass of beer or wine or whatever. Yes, I'm going to, be angry. I'm going to be angry at myself most of all. And yeah, I'm going to be a fucking dick. It doesn't mean I'm going to hurt my girlfriend. It doesn't fucking mean that. It just means I'm just angry. Let me be fucking angry. I lost $60 million. That's fucking it. And she was trying to manipulate the whole entire thing to be about her. And she tried to sneak that video saying that, he was mad at her. But in reality, it wasn't. I'm trying to find the video. I know Popcorn Planet had it.
Yeah, I mean, that seems very manipulative. Now that I know the backstory of that whole situation with the whole smashing of cabinets, yeah, that seems fucking manipulative.
Would you? Hell. You would too, right? You would be mad if you found out, say you had an advisor that's handling your money, and they stole from you X amount of dollars. I think everybody is entitled to be fucking angry. And if you want to... he owns that fucking house. That's his house. If I want to slap a fucking cabinet, I'm going to slam it doesn't mean I'm going to hurt her.
It just shows her manipulative nature to try to, like, basically plant evidence, to do all these things, to try to ruin this man's reputation. And I have to say, like, Hollywood is just such a piece of shit. Thing, a lot of these Hollywood tabloids, like The Sun, that basically posted these lies. And I don't know how they did not lose their case, but to be honest with you, it's very sad that this happened to this guy. And Amber Heard still made her money, still, got famous, still was in movies because of this. And, I mean, in the end of the day, I don't think, honestly, though, I don't know if she's going to lose this case, because, who knows? We will see. So, anything else you want to talk about here?
No, I will find the video, and I will post it on the Zero to Manic 3.0. I know it's somewhere in my history. As you can see, I'm addicted to Attack on Titan and Elden Ring.
Oh, jeez. We're going to send the rehab people to you. We're going to get you off.
Oh, the women who can't stop having babies. Frank, I found it. So it's right here. But, yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that. So, Ethan Klein, let's just do a quick recap.
Ethan Klein, do you want to explain to the children while I get the video ready?
Well, we don't really need the video because we have like 10 minutes left, so let's just...
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay,
so basically, Ethan Klein has been growing a community of people that go after sponsors. The whole situation is Ethan Klein is this YouTuber, podcaster, skit performer. You might have heard him. If you type in Ethan Klein on YouTube, you see him. And he basically got recently, all his sponsors were pulled because he proceeded to, I don't know if it was a bit or if he was just basically just brought up the subject, but he starts talking about anal leakage for gay men having gay sex. And he basically brings up this person on the show who he kind of makes fun of the person a little bit, goes a little too deep on them, on the situation.
Brings up him.
Brings up him, makes a very uncomfortable situation. Are you playing the video now?
I'm playing the video, but I muted it so you could explain it. I'm just letting it play so we know. He made fun of James Charles.
Oh yeah, that's other things. He has other problems. He has a problem with a lot of people. Now, they went out after this really fucking distasteful kind of interview and how he kind of makes fun of people who have sex that way, and he kind of made it look bad. That it was some sort of gross or something. That it was gross to have sex like that.
Well, real quick, James Charles took a screenshot of his Amazon front cover, and it said "buy again," and it had some makeup and stuff, and it had diapers, and that's what led him to this conversation with his co-host or whoever that guy is of gay sex. And
so he was making fun of James Charles because he had diapers on his thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And that's how it escalated to gay sex and why. Apparently, if somebody has diapers, it means that they have too much gay sex. But that's... go ahead.
Why?
Because it's so stupid.
Why would you ever go there?
Who cares?
We talked about free speech, but like, bro, like that's not even funny.
It's disrespectful. Not only I don't like James Charles. Don't get me wrong. I don't like James Charles, but he is a part of my community, sadly. But talking about gay sex, when you're talking about gay sex, even if you're just talking about James Charles, you're talking about all gay men. Because
but he also, like, he's to blame for this. Because he's like, I'm a victim. I'm like, bro, you told your audience to go after Keemstar sponsors. You told your audience to go after other people's sponsors. You developed this... Like, remember we had the conversation, we said, you develop the community that follows you, and if you develop a troll community, you get a troll community. If you develop a community that goes after sponsors, they're going to go after sponsors. And you develop that community as a weapon, and that weapon is being used against you because you did something stupid. And they said, no, we're going to have to punish you now. Because you taught your community to do that. Just like, this is his problem.
They do that, though. Communities do that. It's not just on YouTube. Facebook communities do. They go after people, and now Ethan has his fans going after the sponsors who dropped him for making these comments.
Now, remember also, he got those sponsors because of Trisha Paytas, because Trisha Paytas brought them on.
Oh, yeah.
And then he turned on her.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, like, bro, you brought this on yourself. You should have not gone after sponsors. You should never have gone after sponsors. You should have never, ever done that. Mm-hmm. And also, you brought up a very untasteful joke. It was not funny, and it was actually offensive to people. And then you're surprised that people are taking offensive. I was my only sad thing is that Hassan was not on there, so he can get fucking tattooed because I don't like that piece of shit.
Yeah, and then this is the thing too, Ethan makes he goes on these podcasts making these stupid titles of got canceled again, feel bad for me. It's kind of like, take responsibility. He's never taken responsibility for anything he's fucking done. He thinks he's in the right all the fucking... I don't know how anybody deals with it.
I mean, like, honestly, the guy has a bunch of people that was around him who basically are yes men. They say, yeah, you're doing a great job. You're doing wonderful. And then he just proceeds to just not. He just proceeds... No one tells him, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't talk about, gay sex and diapers on a podcast where the majority of your audience finds that extremely offensive to bring up. I mean, like, can you have some brains? You know what I mean? Like,
or not even get brains. Get some fucking balls.
But even brains, like, say to yourself, yeah, maybe it would be very bad if my majority of my audience, who I've cultivated to be mostly left-leaning people, who find that me making this into an insult would be offensive to them, to not bring this up and use it as an offensive attack against one of the people I don't like, who is also gay. Like,
he thinks that he's getting infringed on from his freedom of speech, and he's just a comic.
No, bro, he doesn't respect anyone's freedom of speech. He went after Keemstar. He went after Keemstar sponsors. I did not like
Keemstar. God, man's a monster.
No, but I don't like when people go after sponsors. I don't like that. I mean, like, in my opinion, it's like what happens is when you go after sponsors of small content creators, then it only goes to corporations. And so people that, like, who want to actually break out and actually want to make their career into YouTube or live streaming or something, that have even harder time because they have to worry about some guy flagging them or some guy going after their sponsors. And Ethan Klein opened it up. He opened up the thing where people got on to after sponsors, and it's kind of,
Why? What kind of guy opens up their show and starts it with, well, we don't have sponsors, and this is why, and, blah, blah, blah.
Join our members club.
Like, I don't fucking, that's not my business. That's your business. I don't want to hear that. Just go on with your show. Maybe you'll get new sponsors if you shut the fuck up.
Like, he reads it, he says, this says we're an existential threat to, well, that's what your audience feels like you're doing. Your audience feels like you're extremely offensive. You're using gay sex as a derogatory term against people. It's offensive to them. They have the right to feel that way. And you taught your audience to go after sponsors. So they did. You created your own monster.
He needs to tell his. I wonder if he has released something on Twitter because he is kind of like a keyboard warrior.
Well, I think he released an apology, but it was like a joke apology, and I think like even Keemstar's trying to defend him, like trying to say, hey, you know, I don't know if he's defending him or just dumping on him, because Keemstar hates fucking Ethan Klein, he despises him. Like, and if everyone doesn't know who Keemstar is like literally the OG of fucking YouTube. Like, he has like been there since the beginning. He has survived like 500 bans. Mm-hmm. The man would survive a nuclear warhead hitting him, in my opinion. Whatever your opinion of him is, he survived longer than Ethan Klein or anyone on YouTube, and he's a multimillionaire. So
he is, but he's also very savvy. And even though he goes after people, and sometimes you're like, oh, why is he doing this? He's sometimes right. Some of the like when he went after Sniper Wolf with the whole.
You know what? Another thing is I respect that. Like Ethan Klein and his son are like clout chasers. They jump on bigger YouTubers or there's bigger. They just chase clout. Keemstar will jump on a literal podcast with like literally like 500 subscribers. He does not give a shit, so he will jump on anything. So I respect them, like they're because you don't see that with people like huge. He's retired. He does his shit. You know, whatever your opinions of the man is, you might like him, you may hate him, but you know, I respect the grind. The grind is
Keemstar, yes, most definitely. Yeah. Most definitely. I follow him on... He does drama. If anybody's interested and you like the YouTube drama, definitely go find Drama Alert on YouTube and take a look, and that's Keemstar. Wait, does he run Drama Alert now? No, he retired.
He retired. He did something smarter than Ethan Klein. He didn't buy a $10 million house. He put his money in investments, and now he can retire.
Yeah, so I think he's retired. But there's old videos and stuff, and also there's controversy that you can look up as well.
Well, he was recently on remember I told you about the debate situation with Mr. Medicare and Nick Fuentes. He went on there for like 10 minutes to yell at Nick Fuentes. And if you don't know, Nick Fuentes is like this cringy 23-year-old kid who's like if you ever want to like...
Oh, no, Keemstar's still around. He's still doing Drama Alert, yeah.
The kid's like defending DMCAing people. He's like, you should DMCA, you should flag people's videos if you don't like them and what they're saying. And he's telling his audience, and then, the other guy's debating no, and then that's it. But yeah, he's around. He's still running around.
Not as much as he used to. He used to have a video almost every day. Now this one was 11 days ago, and it was Ethan Klein and Drew canceled. Elon Musk versus something.
Yeah, because he doesn't care. He's made his money. I mean, he survived.
He did. He is a cockroach, but he's a savvy cockroach.
He's like he gets mad. Like he's like the Hulk. He gets like if someone tried to cancel him now, he'd just come back just out of spite. Oh, you try to cancel me? Like, he's the opposite of Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein is like, everyone's against me. Oh, pity me, give me money. He's like, fucking the rage fuels Keemstar.
They found videos of Keemstar back in the day dropping the N-word and saying the R-word.
Oh, yeah.
And Keemstar, this was, mind you, this was like years ago before Black Lives Matter and stuff. And people back in the gaming days were fucking... That's why I don't like playing Call of Duty, because they're fucking evil. And that's basically...
You're talking about the Alex thing. The Alex.
The thing that happened before he had Drama Alert?
Yeah, the Alex. I'm not going to say the rest of the line he said, but yeah, the Alex is like a famous... So yeah, what happened was that he basically was a troll. He started out as a paralegal in real life. If you don't know what a paralegal is, a paralegal basically does... everything the law, except for going in the courtroom or during depositions, they sign, they do back, they do every. If you don't have a good paralegal, basically does as much as a lawyer but more so. Yeah. And they do all the paperwork, but they're not lawyers. And he was working there, and he just started playing Call of Duty, and he trolled people, and people liked how he trolled people. And back then, that's how you made money.
It was the more vocal you were, the more people who watched you, and.
He did it, and that was how everyone was in 2000, like before 2010. If you look at everyone's content who has been around in 2000, it was vulgar. It was a lot of fucking. You could just get rid of you. The more vocal you were, the better off you were blasting off and making money. And those people became millionaires.
I will say this though, Keemstar has matured a lot from. I feel like he went through a fucking journey. He's still kind of out there. But he's not what he used to be.
Well, he's
You
a
know,
father. He's older. He's
Yeah.
wise. You know, I mean, hopefully he stops dating like fucking 20-something-year-olds and starts
I
not
want to
doing
know how
that.
he makes his beard so smooth.
I guess. I mean, I don't like beards, man.
I
We're more
haven't
off topic. We're almost close to the end, but
Yeah,
I
we
don't like
are.
beards because, like, ever since that Bunty King thing, I think I hate beards. Like,
I don't know what that is.
Bunty King, oh my god, that's the deep lore. Bunty King goes out and talks. He used to be like one of those, like, he was a Middle Eastern man, or Indian, I think. And he used to be like, you know, like, more like they're like freedom of speech, right wing, stuff like that. And he goes out and he talks about how he is a cuck. And he's after this woman, he's begging this woman to come with him. He's on a YouTube and he's begging on the YouTube. And he talks about how he likes eating poo. And some of the poo goes on his beard.
I can see how that can turn you off on having a beard. But the thing is, you don't eat poop. So
yeah, I'm just like, I'm sitting here, I'm just imagining like all the nasty things you can get in your beard, like when you're eating and stuff, like, and how dirty it is and stuff like that.
I will tell you this. There's been a couple of times that I've eaten something. I think I had a s'more. One time I had a s'more, and then I sit at my computer a couple hours later, and I'm constantly playing with my beard. And then I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's a fucking marshmallow. Like marshmallow gum. I was so pissed. I was like, how did I not notice that?
But just like and also I just find beards that just thing, like, they just get stuff in it. I don't know, you have to groom it too much. It's like, bro. Like, bro.
He has like it kind of looks like Second Life beard, you know, like it looks so good.
He probably oils it. It might even be a fake beard. Who knows? He could be like, he just takes that beard off and puts it down.
It does look, but that's his signature. That is definitely his signature.
But that's because he's like bald, so that's like the only thing he has. He only has his beard, so it is what it is. You know, that's why he wears the hat all the time.
It's so, I just don't understand how it's so sweet. He really does take care of it.
So,
but yeah.
Anywho, Ethan Klein is a prick. You got what you deserved for for going after people's fucking sponsors, and you were an offensive piece of shit. Pretty much, you got what you deserve. My advice to you: stop being an asshole, and if you're going to be an asshole, pay the consequences, because that's how life is. Unfortunately, you want to be an asshole, pay the consequences. You want freedom of speech? People don't have to pay you. Like, especially if you're advertisers. Advertisers want people, like, we would never get advertising. Maybe we would advertise again.
I have a sponsorship of one person, but it's a free sponsorship. I do it out of the kindness of my heart with their permission, but I can't do it anymore because of Facebook's new rules. So sadly, I can't.
Anyhow, that's the conclusion.
But yeah, that's tonight's show. And I'm pretty sure we're going to find out more information by Friday with a lot of things that's going on, especially the Depp. And
I think Supermom's doing an interview with us, so I'm probably going to jump on there. So.
Okay, so everybody go jump on to Sleuth Moms and see what she's going over there. She's doing an interview. And remember to like and subscribe. And thank y'all for watching. Is there anything you want to say?
Nope. It's an entertaining stream. I learned a lot, you know. It was always fun.
Right? Y'all just keep safe out